shit already. We are taking his balls.
We don't play D&D anymore.
Where are you taking them?
The Fat Booty Latinas and Furries convention. It's actually Furry Latinas.
Ooh. Ooh.
We won't make it. There's a dog park on
That is the
road.
most
Mall.
ADHD convention on Earth.
Goddamn right. Why do you think I'm going there? I'm gonna be there with fucking 50 rave sticks, man.
It's gonna be so loud.
I'm gonna hand them out. I'm just gonna fucking break them and throw them at people. How you get that fucking, 3D glow rave fucking paint sexy all the time.
I think you mean Latinxes.
Latinx.
I'll kill you.
I'll fucking murder you. As we come back from our 3-month hiatus, IRL and in.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was for the immersion.
Yeah.
Between Face Off finally having a chance to repair and recover a bit more now that they have Best Report, Ashborough, and Gazemeyer, along with the massive hole in the ground that has been scouted multiple times. The curious dragon that was last seen there had came out from multicolor and also disappearing suddenly. The pit.
Did it disappear suddenly? I thought I disappeared suddenly because I ran away from it since I didn't want to fight the literal incarnation of magic running at me.
Listen, the multicolored chameleon dragon wanted to just get your fucking phone number. He was like, man, you do magic? I love it.
I love magic.
I love
Hey, what's your number?
Steals your entire ability. Just, fucking cast magic. No!
Well, at least I can retire then. I have no more responsibility.
I mean, you take 20 levels of fighter.
Yeah.
Be a better wizard.
In the midst of those times, as well as many of the other groups, were able to seek out the remaining shards of the meteor and purge them from Stilton. Baldwin had also returned. Athril managed to set up a few more clerical stations before returning back to her temple and having various pieces of work to have to do for herself, especially with the other mercenaries that have been horrifically wounded. And there has been word in the works of Breach, as well as Dimspire, sending ambassadors to discuss with Stiltide effectively what their plan of action is and whether or not it's worth joining the Warfront. As news was gained of this and a special, wonderful, eventful pieces, the Molten Fish ship had made landfall with itself within Stiltide, and that the ambassador would be effectively ready to discuss matters with you. Now that is resupplying within Stiltide and awaiting to have its effective moment to see what relics you have and discuss effectively what you desire out of this trade. In other surprising news, as we come back from this 3-month excursion between everyone else's various trainings, setups, and forays into information and more, Nina had sent something back to Stiltide, and the moment that the party is starting to recollect with each other and collaborate, yes, a bomb, no. A piece had been found that you had previously requested, if you could find, if it was able to be found at all. That the earthen shifter is
the sword
to the party.
Hard our source awaits.
Yes. But effectively, you have full run and record of all that weapon is capable of. And can choose who it goes to on your own wish. the other news that comes at a fairly dread cost at this point is that something had been happening at Tharnother, especially with the 3 months that have been expanded upon, as well as the fact that you still have one of the sultanas captured. Obviously, none of them know that it is still held within Moranon. But there are still attempted scoutings of Stilltide to see where that she could possibly be. There is a slight cryptic little nose to it, as, aside from the gift, Nina had sent a warning that to the south in Tharnodur, initially they thought it was mining, something expanding upon, or maybe building a fortification to the northern end. It would be this mountain here. So, draw a little circle around.
Circle.
Originally, like I said, they thought it was going to be fortifications. It was only recently, within the last week, that it had started moving.
The mountain is moving?
Oh, they got one of them moving fortresses that Nina was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Man's house moving fucking castle.
How's
I thought
moving
they were
mountain?
building one of them giant Hitler guns that can shoot like 200 kilometers.
And it built a Death Star in their
Gonna
mountain?
shoot at Nina. Yeah. Like the most inaccurate gun ever made because its barrel is like a fucking 300 meters long.
That really makes me want to build a giant tower on top of the Gazemeyer pit so we can have our own Death Star like light tower. The lighthouse is just like, I do not like this area.
Just a giant fucking eyeball peering down. Oh
You mean the Schwerer Gustav?
yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Light ship in peace.
There was a second one.
Dora.
It took like 2,000 men like a month to put it together, and it killed maybe like 100 people.
It took
It is really
250
cool.
men to assemble in 54 hours.
Good God.
And it's weighed about 1,350 tons.
Jesus Christ.
It was also built by the Nazis.
Yeah, that's why I called it a giant Hitler gun.
It was base as fuck.
It was very
you said
ineffective. It was more of a like a fear campaign. Like, we have the longest gun ever.
We could shoot you in the face
What
from
does it do?
3 states.
Fucking nothing, honestly.
Yeah, it killed like 200 people, and like
Sure. Our intelligence revealed that they're building their giant gun. Should we like move? Yeah, let's move.
We could do it tomorrow if you want.
Yeah, we got 54
We got a
hours.
couple of days.
Get a couple of
I mean,
boys, the caravans, pack it up. Don't worry about the
To be
sandbags.
fair, it would shoot a projectile over 47 kilometers.
yeah, and miss.
I mean, hey, there was some pretty.
The best
big
part
fucking
is
shells.
both of them were self-destructed by the Germans because they were like, you can't get this technology.
We can't let them have it.
They might reverse engineer a big cannon.
That cost an infinite amount of steel during like the worst fucking generation.
Anyways,
Imagine if
okay,
they just
so
did that with tanks.
So the mountain is probably moving.
Yes.
I don't like that.
Does it seem to be? Does it have a heading, or is it just like in testing phase?
As far as they could tell, it would definitely seems like testing phase because obviously it seems like they had separated the base from effectively the continent. It has now only just become mobile, not moving far, but clearly moving northward.
Shit.
Damn, they really want Stiltide to be pulling this out.
I mean, Northwood, yeah, could be us, could be them.
Yes.
Sounds like someone's got to go take the batteries out of that thing.
Honestly, yeah, you're probably right. They probably want to do this. I don't really think they care that. They haven't even tried any offensive against Stiltide. Driving a mountain that far would be insane.
I mean, it is an insane flex to be like, we're not going to do anything to you. And then, like, 6 months later, an entire city appears and parks next to your city. You're like, just
Hey, how's it
kidding.
going?
Yeah.
What you guys doing in there?
That's when I perform the ultimate sacrifice. I get my bag of rats and I use gate to open a gate to the negative energy plant.
Oh,
on
no.
top of our city. Goodbye.
Ugh.
The entire realm destroyed in one fluid mush.
You know
Yeah,
how
that,
much-
that, that would
It's
probably
always the-
irrevocably damage the entire continent.
It's always the
fucking
negative energy
wizards?
realm with this guy.
Fucking
No, it
wizards.
isn't.
You mentioned it in like the last 2 campaigns at least.
No, that's good. That was Luke's thing, man.
Last time it was also relevant. It kept happening, so it came up. I don't think Ozur knows that trick. You don't remember we had to deal with like 3 of those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, it was the death cultists
Yeah.
just fucking slam
Like a
bomb.
My plane shipped to the negative energy plane.
It appears that Slender Man has sent me to the get fucked realm.
This is what I was saying to Luke last time we talked. I was like, whenever we would have a chance to get loot, the enemy would self-destruct. It wasn't just orc ships, it was evil wizards sending themselves to hell.
It's a
I
really
would-
good DM strategy.
I would rather disintegrate myself in a hell dimension than let you loot me. I could just plane ship somewhere where it was nice and I could live, but I don't know why I'm not taking that step. I'm a wizard that's had hundreds of years of preparation. I could have scouted out a nice place to live. I could have a nice, like, I don't know, temple or something on the airplane. It'd be
Because
nice.
Lord Vecna said, kill yourself, and he said, yes, my lord.
That's when you know that shit's real evil. Good, teleported into safety. No, kill yourself.
No, it's not even pure evil. That's just devotion. Like, if he was evil, he would have done the bag of rats and gate thing, you know? Like,
Okay.
anyways, I assume we're all back in Stiltide for whatever reason, and the Molten Fist people are here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds like there's a lot of shit to talk about.
So, talk boy.
I'm here.
Oh yeah. Also, since you weren't here for that session, I walk up to you and I hand you the list of, on a piece of paper, of all of the gemstones we need.
Oh, yeah.
Why do we need these?
Okay,
They are
engine.
for the engine. You have to get all of these, as many of them as you can from them,
Collect
without
the
arousing
Infinity
suspicion.
Stone.
You hand me this list and you're like, go to the mines. I'm like, yes, sure.
Go mining.
Go, dig, my
I'm gonna
son.
dig straight down.
Yeah, see, there's your complete list. You need to get me every single one of those.
It's, let me see how many of these I actually have.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
but like-
gemstones.
It needs to be more than like a 50 gold gem, and also we need like dozens of each, right?
No, I think we need one of each. I believe it was said that they have to be
5,000
5,000
gold.
gold.
Oh,
What'd you
well,
know?
if they need to be 5,000 gold each, you can go fuck yourself. I have none of those.
No, but you're about to
Yeah, I
enter
didn't think
trade
you did.
negotiation with a wealthy mining and smithing team. That's the point. Is that they
Are
might be able to
you
provide some of
racially
these.
stereotyping dwarves right now, you sick freak?
It's literally what their clan is known for. You told me.
You racist motherfucker!
They even advertise it. They
Alright,
want this. They want you
I-
to buy gems.
I cube Athlon.
Oh,
He had it coming.
that's bad.
Take us to the estate map,
Take us to the estate.
so we can
Yeah.
stare at Molten Fist in character.
Dare at this bitch.
Meow 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 meow.
Meow 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 meow.
Let me in.
Love being alone.
Home is where the
Go-
low resolution is.
I don't like that it always measures every time I move.
Does it?
Yes.
Who does?
Yeah, I don't really think it's that annoying.
Like it's useful for combat, but we're not in combat, so I'm like, yeah, gross.
Want to see your John Luke.
Okay, wait.
John.
The butler.
John Luke Picard.
Oh,
no,
John
it's-
Luke.
Oh, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Still don't like his weird little scrunchy face.
I like your face.
Stupid little scrunchy air face. Tiny, weird fucking mouth too close to his nose and eyes. Fucking cunt.
Leave my weird deformed butler alone.
No.
What's he weird in the form?
I just like to think with that fucking face he's got, he'll like come up to you and be like, "Yes, Master, I'm here to give you the touch."
The fuck?
It's me, your mother. Would you like to me to get you your dessert?
He's been genetically bred to be the best butler. Like a
However,
pug.
it has made him like a pug. Yeah.
Yeah.
He can't breathe. He's in the background just.
Rise, mate! It's the shrinkings.
Break my nuts.
Yes, my lord. I wish your heart were naturally 2 sizes bigger, Mr. Grinch.
He suddenly hits a fucking pulmonary and just dies on the spot because his ribs are crushing it.
That was the point.
Yes.
I cast 5 years only fast food.
Oh. Oh god, the pimples, the grease, the arteries. Oh. As
Do we just have all the dwarven artifacts in a wheelbarrow in front of the table?
I mean that's up for you guys to decide. As Molten Fist would be more than happy to follow to the estate. Her guard left at the ship to make sure that is well and kept, trusting effectively, since she was invited here, that she would not need an escort.
This person trusts us that much. They're just like, oh yeah, they invited me here.
I mean,
I've worked with her.
yeah, that
Yeah,
is
I
the
know, but
ideal
it's like-
spirit of ambassadorial work.
Although I guess if I saw how rich we were, I'd be like, yeah, they're probably not going to let me get her. Like, you guys are wearing more money than my family owns.
You're
probably
holding a
on.
staff that's worth more than my entire name.
Rotherham be like, if you can help me get this particular item back, and I'm like, okay. Also, bet I took over the pirate island.
She no longer has to worry. She can just trade there freely.
Yeah,
I-
pretty much.
I do like just the fucking pot of gold.
What do you think they are? Leprechauns? What the fuck?
Yes.
It's my lucky charm.
As a
Are they
token
not?
of my gratitude for you arriving, I'm going to cast Wish on Monsieur Jean-Luc. I wish that he had cardiomyopathy. It just heals over on the spot. In agony.
I use my mutable power over magic. My 9th level spell, My Wish. I wish Jean-Luc looked 10% better visually.
Features all stretch out by 10%. He's like, I could breathe.
I wish my butler didn't have a fucked up face.
Sir, would you please stop using Wish so frivolously? You're gonna lose it.
Sir, I know you don't actually have the wish spell. Can you stop picking on me?
He just looks at you like, why would you say something like that?
I like this guy's been
Think
nothing
my
but
face
nice
is
to us
fucked
the entire time. We're just bullying.
I like, you stretched my And while you're there, I wish that you have a hernia.
Stop wishing for me to get injured.
Now you have a herniated disc.
You did this to me. He fucking hovers over.
Hovers over me. I'm like, and your final punishment. I wish Monsieur Jean-Luc had IBS.
Oh no.
Why have you done this?
In the corner with cardiomyopathy, 10% better face. He's got a herniated disc. He's in the corner shitting his pants.
Oh. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Ah, he's shitting blood.
No, no.
It doesn't stop.
Luke,
It
what have they
doesn't
done
stop.
to you?
Terribly sorry about our butler. He's not usually like this.
He's seizing up like a bad car. Ah! What the fuck is this day?
He looks like one of the fucking alien enemies in Half-Life when you start beating the shit out of them with a crowbar after they've already expired.
Now he's a clown using his fire spray water on the
Christ. Alright. So, as she does enter, you can tell that she is not really wearing any of the battle armor that you had seen her initially when she was on the Pirate House. She has come dressed much more regally, even though she still carries a shield and a weapon as courtesy. It is not the more intimidating one that she had initially carried. You can tell that this is more decorative. As she
Rothron, pleasure to see you. I hope that your trip was safe and pleasant.
far more beneficial than I was expecting. Especially due to the fact that it seems some of the payments that we had to do was, well, waived part of the time. I assume due to the fact of having everything here tied down.
That would be correct. If anything, you are here to receive payment. Of course, in the form of heirlooms and treasures that are owed to you and your clan.
You do escalate on it for a return?
Josh, I'm gonna say your accent was perfect because I didn't fucking understand you.
Oh, who's racist towards dwarves now, huh?
It's
Tiny
the
little
fault of...
fucking dickheads.
Can't understand you.
Hey, would
Hey.
you change your face?
No, but I can change Monsieur Jean-Luc's face. So let's try it again.
Well, I wouldn't change my face, make it worse.
Oh my god.
The fuck, man?
I fucking hate Jean-Luc.
He's been nothing but nice to her.
His face has been horrendous to me. No, he's bigger.
Oh no, he's eating Athlon.
Mars eats his son.
Holy fucking shit. I'll fucking haunt you in your dreams, you little shit.
You need to see the tabletop general.
God.
Oh.
Oh dear
Yeah.
fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Oh.
All the goofing off in.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We missed 2 sessions of goofing off.
I
We
mean,
need to catch it up.
we got some backlash to make up for before we get to.
I like can't breathe, man.
Brief question we never confirmed. Is everything that you collected presented in the room with you, or
Yes.
I assume it is. I have no reason to believe that she's going to pull anything weird. And the most valuable item is rather huge. I don't really think she could steal it.
that's fair? You could definitely see her easily noting the other relics that are there, but definitely her attention is heavily on the axe itself.
I will also take out the copper mask etched with dwarven axe heads and the malachite cup engraved with dwarven runes and place them amongst the effects as well. Please inspect the items as you see fit, and if there are any issues, please let me know. This is all that I could find that was being held within still Tidustries.
That she will nod and go to approach, not picking anything up, but studying over each one cautiously. As you see her take out what looks to be almost like a jeweler's monocle with a subtle arcane utterance. You could tell that she is just inspecting, especially the fact that this is magical itself, what properties they have, as well as maybe a little bit extra, as far as you could tell, because the design of it is almost like that of a gem of Trusane mixed with a monocle. I am very surprised that you are handing this over so willingly. Appreciate it. I would dare say that I'd be very remiss if I did not ask if there was anything you would want in return for granting us such a treasure, which I am almost fairly sure you know what you have.
I am quite well aware of what we have in our possession. What I do ask is an alliance. We are coming into a new world, one where the Afriti will no longer hold sway of everything. And those of us who wish to stand tall in this new world will need to stand together. Regardless of if you decide to avoid the coming conflict or not, it will find its way to you eventually, and it's far better to have friends in this time than not.
You see her kind of keep a stoic composure, but still, her eyes linger heavily on the axe itself still.
You have any questions?
So even if I were to return home with this, I would still be partial to be neutral in what is soon to come. Or would you prefer both from the Molten Fist family?
We have done good business before. I trust that you will make the right decision for your people. I know you are passionate about their protection and their history, and I would not put either at risk.
You see, she nods, listening. looks at the pristine heritage. My family has been hired for some time, even though I myself have not been welcome to the entirety of the wealth of it. I know with this, that will change things immensely. I've also been informed that there are old enemies returned to the land. I do question if you have them as compatriots, or you intend to conquer them as well.
Which enemies would you be regarding?
The return of the elf is that were originally the keepers of my family's yoke.
Ah, the elves. They are not our enemies. They are more like companions at the moment. Though in the time they have been gone, much of their views of the world have changed. And despite the old blood you may have between you all, I would like to think that in this new age we can bypass that and create new bonds that are not shackled by history that has dragged us down. Wars long fought by our ancestors should not dictate what needs to come next. Or else the Ifriti will make sure that none of us are left. But I can understand your concerns.
I can't speak for the elder, but I know that they would be overjoyed to know that the elves are not the ones in charge. Especially to
They
the
are
time.
not. Sorry, the cat is in charge.
Sorry.
It's so fucking good.
I mean, there's a cat right over there.
Sarah, off the table.
Who put catnip there? God damn it, Jean-Luc.
Open the decanter of endless water. Spray ball. Get on the table.
Decanter of endless catnip.
Oh god. Oh
That's
god.
a dangerous item.
I can definitely say you have my loyalty. My ship is at your call.
I appreciate it. Should your elders not seem as convinced of my desire for mutual ground, I may be able to set up a meeting between your elders and the elves if you wish to discuss future prospects, or perhaps bury the axe, as it were.
I'm sure there's plenty that the elder would love to bury this axe into. Do you know of the royal families in the south?
Do I know of the royal families in the south?
Go ahead and roll me a history.
I will roll a history. No. Wait, rock inspiration. Get fired. Do it again.
Do it again, but better. Oh! You are very familiar, especially between the Molten Fist, the Molten Song. Many of the Aesir families that have been blessed by the Forges and Fire. But you also know...
We had a molten song captive, did we not?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
They were always the ambassador to everything. The other parts being, though, that even with all the Aesir that rule over Tharnaldur and the mountains, if it broke down to it, there is one ruling family that is still higher cult that many of the Aesir have had to listen to for a time. And that would be the Ruby Dragons.
Dragons.
At least that's what they have called themselves. Presiding within the Ruby Fortress itself, and what Bagels had originally marched forth, leaving his children to watch over. You know full well that the Magma Ruby was the unquestionable sign of rulership there. The other part that you fully know, especially with thing at 20 and at 24, is no one has seen the icon of this throne, the ruby itself, in years, unsure where it has gone or who even has it.
Oh.
And thus has left a power vacuum. Others still trying to claim the seat and prove that they are the rightful ruler.
That strange ruby that we may have had at one stage.
Oh, we had the
Incomplete.
Yeah, the cheap knockoff. Timu Ruby.
yeah, we
Yeah.
had Timu Ruby.
We had the 95% done prototype.
It killed Ven.
Yeah, I recall.
It nearly killed most of us. We did get Meteor Storm casted on us when we were like level 10.
Which is fucking hilarious. I mean, that's awful.
Damn, man. Imagine what a complete one could do.
Yeah.
I'm sure nothing impressive.
Yeah, it's a good. It's probably a good thing that the Afridi don't have it, honestly.
Well, it's probably a good thing, yeah, even if it does nothing, because then, you know, it'd solidify their rule.
As you do, kind of go through a bit of that exposition with each other. She nods in respect. Glad that you are observant to the world around you, especially the politics that you seem to play your fingers with.
It is my trade, so I must have some knowledge of it.
I could definitely say this would put the Molten Fist to the rightful claim of being ruler of Tharnaldur and the many clans within. I know not everyone would concede, but there is a curious promise. I know that I am not in any position to make such a request, but I would, knowing that my clansmen would want me to. If we are able to unite and remove those who would oppose us in the council, and finally put a proper ruler in Tharnaldur, we would request that you aid us in attacking the palace and removing the remainder of their power and stake and claim that still enslaves the rest of the families that have been indentured to them for millennia.
Josh, could I see the overworld map to see Tharalda real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Who does
Yes,
Raise
Jeff.
their hand.
Oh, you did a fucking raise a hand like a teacher, like a class.
I didn't want to just jump in, so I raised my hand. Can I inside her? Because like I don't really know her, and she's coming in being like, "Would you guys please attack the Afridi with me? Like, is this bait? Is she just trying to get us to say yes, we will attack the Afridi because the Afridi want to find out if we're gonna do that?"
I mean-
Thunolder is where I got that coin from. From the
There's
pirate.
no way that she's openly like, yeah, let's fight the Afridi.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, is she being controlled by the Afridi to ask this, so that the Afridi are like, "Cool, now we can destroy you."
Now we can
She
kill everyone.
She is also saying it's an if she can unite all the clans. Which I assume
I'm
is
just-
quite a large number of. Quite a large
I
number
just
of
want to
dwarves.
see if she's confident in her, in the things she's saying, or she's like testing us.
Go ahead and roll me an insight.
Bing. Oh, terrible.
That's a bit side 26.
Quick, use your heroic. Use your heroic.
Sure. Almost a critical.
You could definitely get the sense that there is effectively her testing the waters, not so much for the Afridi, but more or less the sense of how much could she actually get between this agreement. You can tell that
So-
obviously she's going to get a lot from the axe alone, status-wise, and moving up very quickly.
Yeah, and she wants to see how much she can force us to do after she claims that throne.
Well, I will say, as far as you can tell, she
which is
doesn't
why
seem like
she was like, "Do you want me to make an oath?" She's like, "Fuck, you better not want me to make an oath."
I can't make an oath to this, man. I gotta go.
Don't make me make an oath. Fuck.
But it is definitely on the standpoint of how far are you willing to go that she's trying to fish out.
How much support am I actually willing to give her?
Yes.
Okay.
Is Saren gonna say anything?
No.
Just
No. Okay. Okay.
stare menacingly at this bitch.
What you ask is considerable, given Thanador's location near the heart of the Afridi Empire. However, I understand your plight with your people. If you were capable of uniting your clans, if you were capable of that, and bringing forth a positive, stable strategy that could make sure that we can take Thaneldur, then it is something that we could support.
I prayed in that we would be able to unite the families before then.
While you are uniting the families, You will have the support of Stilltide. You may come and go from this location as you wish. And, should anyone ask, we believe you to be the rightful rulers of... Was it Thanaldur? Yes? That you should be the rulers of?
Precisely.
And we will acknowledge that. As it is the rightful place of your kin. We do ask for some support, however. Stilltide is still new to us, and it is likely that the Afriti will eventually go on the offensive. But for every time they do that, they use considerable resources.
I have
However,
the number stocked up from ours.
I do not ask you to risk the lives of your people before we have come to any official agreement. However, I would like to indulge our two civilizations in trade. As I have seen from the last time exchanged items, your ability to create weapons of war is very impressive and would certainly bolster our defensive capabilities here.
There are plenty that are ready and waiting. Golems that have been crafted and other siege bearers that are more than capable of taking down, well, a few of these pretty walls very quickly.
That would be most appreciated. On top of that, we would be able to open up trade between several of our other locations to you as well, which should help with economy as well as some of the harder material items you may desire to acquire.
I know that many of the families would be more than happy with that, especially due to the fact that Stilltide has some of the more exotic collectives, especially with Stillport and a few others nearby.
Of course. And you're all like there giving me a look about the gems in this fucking meeting.
Azur's leaning on their arm, glaring at you, like, as you're like giving up the only leverage we have to be able to get.
And you're like, gem! But the thing is,
like
I don't want to
leaning on
tell
one
her
arm,
about. I
staring
don't want
at
to
you.
tell her about the machine yet.
You don't have to
Until-
tell her about the machine.
Yeah,
you just
I'm
need
not
to
going- I'm not going to tell her about the machine.
That's what I was thinking when she was like, "Can you help us attack the Afriti?" I was like, "Oh,
To be honest, if you tell her about the engine, I might just stand up to kill her. Like,
Yeah,
Anyway,
mind wipe.
I-
stand up, time stop. Stand behind them, lightning bolt through the back.
I will. You gave me a physical list, right? Of the
Yes,
gems.
Azur would have given
Good,
you a
good.
physical list. I need one of all of these gems of at least 5,000 gold worth, or however that's abstracted into a
Good,
conversation.
I'm going to pull out my shopping list and I will place it down and like slide it towards her. These are required for something that we are creating. While I cannot divulge the information entirely, do understand that these are important in what I gather to be some form of arcane matrix that should assist us in fighting against the Afriti. I didn't
Azur's
tell
eye
her
is twitching.
I didn't tell her anything about the nature of it.
You're saying way too
Yeah, you're saying way too much. Considering the Afriti have like infinite lifespans and were there the last time this thing went off and sort of know how it was made.
He's not an Afriti.
Yeah,
She
she's
lives
not.
next to them, and they associate with them. Imagine she says this to a single one of her guards at some point, and then that guard says it to somebody else, and then it's like, oh, they're collecting the gemstones for a machine.
You
Why
know
do
who
they
I'm
need
really.
such big
You know what? You know what? You know who I'm scared of telling on us? I'm scared of John Luke.
John
'Cause we
Luke's
pick on him
confirmed
way too
good.
much.
So,
Yeah, we pick
please,
on him too much.
no.
All right, that's it. That's it, Nick. Wish memory. What's that memory spell?
Modify
Yeah,
memory.
Azura's standing up now, and just glaring at the two of you.
That's fine.
Like,
Ruffalo will be looking at the list as your stands up.
Athlon, what are you doing?
I am acquiring the gems.
No. Some of these I already know that my family would be able to provide more easily. Emeralds are, well, in spades, especially due to being in the volcanic regions. Diamonds to match as well.
Of course.
Finding an amethyst that, well, polished enough but also sizable enough with clarity might be a bit more difficult. Though I believe for a number of these we should be able to provide. I understand that obviously for something this sizable it would probably need to be quickly done.
As fast as possible.
I can send word home magically, but it would be at your discretion as to how you would desire my family to bring them here, or if there would be another location that you would want them brought to.
Azure, is it okay if they bring the gems to Stilltide?
Yes, of course.
Then Stilltide is a fine location. You will have plenty of access to the harbors here.
With the others, we might be able to sway a few others. But those are at least the ones that I can promise for sure.
Of course. If there are any ways that I can assist, just let me know. I have a few connections of my own, though they are not as substantial in the mineral department as yours, I'm sure.
It's understandable. If there be anything else that you need to seek out from this trade, I know
Besides
that
this list, nothing else comes to mind.
and as for the siege craft, I was thinking and looking for something more on the mobile side or just on the destructive side like the cannons on my ship.
The mobile side sounds useful. Destruction is not necessarily the goal. If at some stage we wish to take Thanaldo, it would be wise to keep it in one piece.
Then you shall have access to a few more of the golems, I'm sure that some of you might be familiar with.
Of course.
I'm sure once they have the axe in hand, they will be much more gracious with what would be sent.
Understandably so. And I do hope you will keep in touch. As I hold up the golden sending stone she gave me the first time.
She smiles and nods.
Have we made it public that we have Tom and Molten Song captive?
Not yet.
I feel like we just
Should-
threw him
should
in a
we?
cell.
At this point, I think it may be something to talk to her about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think ask her what she wants to
Yeah.
do with him. Like, be like, hey, we have this fucking guy.
we have
what
in
do
our
you give us for
possession
him?
a member of the Molten Song family. He was invading Stilltide. I say as we were the invaders.
Well, I would hope that he's well.
He has been kept in good condition. His life is still his own. I ask what you would like done with him. As you are of the Molten Fists and soon to be the leader of all the clans, I feel that he would be, well, beholden to your wishes.
That is true, and especially being able to return him in good health and favor would definitely help start swaying some of the others to the Molten Fist family.
Very well. Then I will make sure that preparations are made to have him taken to your ship.
Thank you immensely for that. And this would
It is my pleasure.
This will also definitely expedite any, well, curious expectations and demonstration of faith already.
I will like put up the 2 fingers to the temple and like contact Emath Plane Strike with the message. We're sending just Plane Strike. I will need the Molten Song prisoner taken to Molten Fist ship. He will be transported as a prisoner for them.
Sure, he gets there safe and quickly.
Very good. I have someone bringing him now. He should be back at your ship once you arrive there.
Let's stick together.
I do hope these negotiations have gone as well as I believe they have.
I think they have gone extraordinarily better than I was expecting.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Now you are welcome to stay within Stilltide for as long as you please. Please enjoy the facilities here and our wonderful markets.
I definitely will. I am more than delighted to take moments and spy what you still have available for trade. I'll be here for an extra week, but if there are other matters that rise up, please bring them to my attention before I depart.
Of course, and the same to you as well. Anything you need.
Thank you for your hospitality.
It is my pleasure.
Shoot.
I will stand and I will give her a bow.
The curtsies polite. We'll start heading for the door itself.
Alright, now swap the Dwarven Lord Axe for a fake.
I could probably do that so easily, but I'm not gonna fuck this potential alliance up like that.
What, you don't wanna use the Hat of Disguise to become the king of the dwarves?
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
I want to
Oh.
become king of the dwarves. Transforms into a dwarf.
Oopsie, I stole every internal organ from your body while you weren't looking.
Oh.
Whoops.
Skyrim when you fucking sneak up and steal their heart.
Baby, I'm a Dromora because you just snuck up behind me and stole my heart.
Just fucking die on the spot.
Regardless, Athlon, why did you do that?
Do what?
Why did you mention what we're building?
Didn't mention the exact specifications of what we're doing.
These families have very old memories, Athlon.
Would
That's
have been a little
wonderful.
more vague.
Okay.
There are very few specific things you can build with that.
I'm most surprised you didn't just lie outright about what we needed those gems for.
A little bit of trust goes a long way sometimes.
That was not necessary. At all.
Regardless, we have brokered what seems to be a reasonable alliance for now, along with armaments and siege weaponry.
I don't even know how we're going to manage to get them here. I wanted to have this done by the 3rd month. That's never going to happen now.
I believe procurement was always going to be an issue.
Well, leaked information aside, we may have just gained an entire city of dwarves as allies. And possibly the closest fortress to our enemies.
Which also happens to hold a lot of their farming and mining.
I will say you did sort of undersell our relationship with the elves.
I did, but I believe that was somewhat necessary for now.
Yeah. I find it funny when people say stuff like, ah, that's what our ancestors did. When, it's the same elves
Yes,
and
exactly.
the same Afridi.
I am aware.
Well, I'm still angry, but we should probably go deal with the other things we have to deal with. I'm also blaming you if anything happens now.
I'm the one doing the delegations. I'm generally the one to blame.
Because now there's 2 major clues out there already. It's not like it was
If
hard
we
to...
find out what we're up to, then we know who leaked it, right?
If they attack our location, then we'll just have to go to the other one.
Would moving it even matter that much at this point?
No, I mean the one that already exists.
Yes. That one's broken. Theoretically, it's going to take just as long either way. So then we received note that Dimspire wanted to talk to us.
Dimspire has not spoken back to us?
I
Josh said at the start that Dimspire and Claybridge wanted to speak to us.
Oh, okay.
Is that happening right now?
That would be at your discretion. Ambassadors are waiting in heaven to sign.
Oh, we actually got an ambassador from Dimspire. I thought we just got like a message that they wanted to talk to us.
No.
Well, if the ambassadors are already here and waiting, we are already in meeting. If you wish to attend, then you can stay. If not, because you're pissed with me, then you may leave.
No, I'm staying. I want to hear what other secrets you're going to divulge to them.
I'd like to divulge that Azure is a strange little woman with a penchant for being very cranky with me.
You didn't need to say any of that.
No, I didn't, but I'm just mocking you for fun. I don't, look, I'm just playing.
No, I'm talking about what you said to the dwarf woman. I don't care about you insulting me.
I think we need to temper our expectations.
My expectation is that you don't give unnecessary information to people I don't know.
At the very least, if we're gonna tell Dimspire about this thing, it's not gonna be a secret for very long. So we gotta choose if we're telling them or not.
Well, you're from Dimspire, Azure, so I think I can let you handle this one.
Sure. I will handle it.
Plus, your family is quite renowned as well.
Yes, we are. Okay.
Yes, you have the brownie points in that department. So I think they would listen to you more than myself.
I wonder what they want.
Well, one way to find out.
Make sure all of the dwarven loot is cleared out before we send anyone else in here.
I think she took it with her.
I assume that she and like if she had any guards would have like taken it.
She said she didn't bring guards, but I assume we just sent somebody from the manor with her to take
Yeah.
the stuff if she couldn't carry it.
You
I
could
assume she's carrying
just-
that axe herself. She's got to flaunt that.
Just clarifying that none of it is left in here when the next people walk in.
Did you
Kinda
see my
weird.
40 sleight of hand? It's all here in my pocket.
Well,
shit,
Is that
dude.
an axe of dwarven lords in your pants, or are you just happy to see me?
Axe
You
of
turn
dwarven
around
pants.
and Athlon's just like, your pockets are already empty. Nani?
Nani gray?
It's a 40 sleight of hand check.
I am the king of thieves.
You stole the
Somehow.
King of Thieves.
Plus 16. Plus 6. Why do you have a plus 6 and a plus 16?
Well, I have the gloves of thievery. Where is this plus 16 coming from?
I thought that was your skill bonus. That looks like your skill bonus with expertise.
I have expertise, so which is a 12, and then 5, and then the 6 proficiency. 10, 16, and 5 makes it 21.
Yeah, it's just odd. I haven't seen a skill check like that. I know you have the gloves to give you the boost, but I thought those were a 5.
Oh, hang on. 10, and then... Is that actually adding on to it? Let me double check. It should be.
Anyway,
this calculation it should actually be 10 higher.
Yes, you're right. No, it's expertise plus sleight of plus 5.
All right, well,
Because-
before we bring anybody else in here, I would like everybody else's opinion before I decide what I want to divulge. Do we want their help building it?
Do you trust them?
I trust some of them. I can't say I trust an entire city. That would be foolish.
I think their expertise would be welcomed, but they might consider selfish means to better Dimspire and not the wider Torsilna.
I don't know if I ever
We-
explained this to you, Wembley, so I'll explain it to you while we have the chance. It doesn't work without what we have.
No, I mean they might sell us out to the Afridi for reward.
well, that's why
Social
we
gain.
have to offer them more than the Afridi.
The Afridi have more than we have, however.
Well, they won't forever. Stilltide
No.
is the biggest trade capital in the city.
That is true, but most people are motivated by immediate gain as opposed to long-term gain.
And I can assume that Stilltide was in the sort of same situation that my people were, in that they got taxed to shit. They're only probably doing so well because they have such skilled mages.
You're talking about
Likely.
Dimspire, you're saying Stilltide.
At Dimspire. The tributes.
What? Hey
system.
Josh, I lived in Dimspire a long time. What are the taxes like there?
The taxes there are pretty fucking steep unless you are a crafter family like your spin, and then at that
Personally,
point,
the taxes are nothing. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, man.
The billionaires
0%
actually
tax.
get paid back from the tax.
Oh,
No, I just mean in the same way that if you looked at my people, you'd be like, oh, they look free, but we had to pay so many tributes to the Afridi that it was like bleeding us dry. Like, I'm assuming Dimspire only looks as good as it does. Like, it isn't just controlled by Afridi because they give them a fuck ton of money.
They give them a lot of money and they're doing well enough already and giving them money. They're like, might as well just not mess with it.
Yeah. So if they no longer have to give someone a huge portion of their money, that's like a thing that we can offer them. Like, we're not taking your money; they're
Heard.
taking your money.
We will literally just leave you alone.
Yeah, you don't have
benefit
to
is they
pay
will stop
taxes to us.
bleeding
We are
money.
not. We are not your ruler.
But
We're
the
not trying to
tax
be
only
your
comes,
ruler.
yeah, the tax only comes into effect through
With
trade,
trades, like tariffs and
Yeah.
shit like that. Not like, hey, you have to give us 1 billion gold every year, or we'll kill you.
or else you'll fucking die.
Or I'll kill you.
I'll straight up murder your ass.
Despite
So
the heavy taxation they have undergone, however, I would say that their education is something to be quite proud of. This judging based off Azure, I'm complimenting you.
Yes, I'm taking that. Thank you. But yes, well, they produce a lot of skilled mages and artisans. And my family didn't really have to pay much of the taxes, tithe, or anything like that, but it is quite severe on the lower families.
What I'm saying is, while they may seem Ifriti aligned technically, it's very likely, like my people, they're sick of them.
I think the fact that they're coming to meet with us proves that they want to see if they can join us. I don't think they would try to do this unless they wanted something out of us, and that's probably the most prominent thing, considering we've made no public statements. Right, Athlon?
Mm.
You haven't made any public statements I'm unaware of?
No, I don't make public statements unless I am disguised as someone else and trying to ruin someone else's life.
Getting butt naked, holding a fucking sword. I am Grumble the fuckbat. I'm here to eat your crumb.
Wembley.
You put on that crown unless you perfectly mimic somebody else, and then you just walk around naked and like, yes. And you just start loudly espousing how you do all sorts of awful crimes, and you're just like, just completely ruin their public reputation in an afternoon.
My name is Wembley. I went to the orphanage naked and drunk.
What the
Do you
fuck?
think
No, I
we
did
could
not.
request a contingent of mages to assist with our task without letting them know what it is?
The best I could probably think of is that they could help engrave the gemstones once we got them. That's something that would greatly speed it up, considering I'm probably one of the only people that can do that competently that we have right now, so I'd have to do it very slowly, just by myself. It wouldn't
I'm just
completely
saying-
give it away, but something of that scale being engraved with those symbols is probably going to raise some questions. Some of them might know what it is.
I'm just saying, before we make a deal, you say, we're going to need this many mages, and we can't tell you what they're doing. But you have to agree.
Well, that is an interesting proposition, Saren, but most wizards that can do what I would want them to be able to do can magically send messages the second we're not looking at them.
To be fair, this is all speculation. We do not know what they want to speak to us about. It could entirely be negative.
I would say that we divulge nothing to them at the time. Let's hear them out. Let's offer our general support and see what they want, and then we can arrange a second meeting later to talk about other things once we've had a chance to confirm what they offer.
I think that is wise. See how they react to our presence first, and then we can decide whether or not we want to trust in them and anything else.
Also, is everyone armed?
Always.
Right now?
Yes, right now. Or
Yes,
they
right
could be
now.
sending in a wizard on the strength level of Azure right into this room.
I'm
knows
going
what
to
they
tell
can
you
do.
right now that if they actually try something like that, they're going to be dead in under 6 seconds, and that they won't be able to do anything. So,
Well, if they're disguised or if there's anyone invisible, I'll see them.
Right, very helpful.
Who walks in? There's just 3 naked trolls fucking beside him the whole time.
Oh,
I love
got-
the idea of invisible
see it, dude?
trolls.
invisible naked trolls.
They don't say or do anything. They're just here for Avalon to look at, and then they leave.
They're here specifically with people that can see invisibility.
Everyone,
They've been
he just
hanging
looks at it.
out.
It's like, why the fuck was he surrounded by naked trolls? It's like,
Well, no.
what are you talking
Okay, think
about,
about this.
Athlon? What?
This is how you can tell your opponent can see invisibility 24/7, because if they look at the naked troll that has perfect stealth, you know they can see him.
No, the problem is I wouldn't be looking at the troll himself. I'd be looking at that massive fang swanging
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
fucking leg.
that log.
The fucking knee knocker 5000.
They walk in and they just vomit. They're like, huh?
Where the fuck did that come from? Everyone else says, and as I look in horror.
So we need to determine what we want from them and what we can give them in exchange.
I would assume
Other
that the
than-
main thing we'd offer them is an alliance in exchange for their freedom, in that once the Afridi are gone, we would impose no penalties upon them other than they can be left alone if they wish.
Currently, alliances are key. The more people we have that are willing to back us up, as long as we are willing to back them up, means that we have more people to throw off the Afridi.
So do we offer
Also
them the
deter
same?
the Afridi.
Do we offer them the same deal as the Pogand?
Yes,
A
I would say so.
direct contact to us, in which we will assist them personally if needed,
I don't see why
in
we
a
wouldn't.
reasonable time.
If the Afridi are as well informed as we believe they are, then seeing us putting up a united front with other nations, other towns, will deter them from attacking immediately or in the near future until they've figured out a weakness, I guess. Or amassed a large enough army.
You did read the report, right, Athlon?
No, I was unconscious during that last session.
No, I'm talking about part of the intro. They're trying to move a mountain.
Well, yes, the mountain is problematic, but with a united front, I believe, and with the siege weaponry we will probably get delivered soon enough, I believe that we can deter or defeat this opponent.
I'm not particularly worried about the mountain part. It's more so the fact that
The forces that
that's
it
the first
fields.
that's the first thing they're going to, which means they're probably doing something I'm not predicting. It doesn't sound that advantageous to me to bring a mountain to your enemy, even if you filled it with cannons.
Oh, it seems like an obvious distraction.
Distraction, or maybe just... I wonder if you actually can do that. Place to teleport people into to move them to the front, but that would be just inefficient.
Oh no, I'm pretty worried about the mountain. Could walk over still died.
I mean, I'm generally quite concerned about the idea of a mobile fortress that can deploy units as much as it wishes, even if it has something like a teleportation circle so they can consistently bring in reinforcements regardless.
But Wembley, out of character, unworked stone.
Yeah, I'll be fine, but what the fuck? How are we gonna defeat mountain?
No, we just go from floor to floor,
batteries.
murdering everything. I go one floor down, psychic scream, psychic scream, psychic scream.
I wasn't joking when I said I think someone needs to take out its batteries. Like, something is powering that, and a hit squad of super powerful elites could sneak in and try to find what's powering it and blow it up.
Yeah, us. I think we need to go in there and destroy whatever the control center is.
we put our slip space rupture drive in there.
I need to align the corpse manually. Every bomb in the Halo universe has to be set off manually. Nobody can.
Well, no, it's because they're never bombs. They're always just like, oh, what do we have that's like a bomb? Oh, a slip space rupture drive every time.
Why don't you just have like 6 of those on every ship? Hey guys, one of our Spartans needs to do a heroic movement.
Oh, okay. All right, send them. We know what we want.
Which one?
Yes, bring them in.
Dimspire.
Dimspire.
I don't know if Clay Bridge has much for us, considering the last time we were there, they were like, we're losing to like 10 orcs. Save us.
It was that clear breach. I was thinking in my head, I was like, surely it's somewhere else. Like, I can't believe they have enough time to send an ambassador when they were getting schooled by orcs, but, you know.
We're being assaulted by 10 orcs. Looks at the 1,000 strong plus with siegecraft. Shit.
You don't remember we killed like 50 orcs when we were like level 5. We committed a massacre. Like, if you look at our kill counters, we probably have a lot more orcs than most other things.
Yeah, there was an insane amount of orcs. Never mind between what you killed at the castle walls during combat, but during the fucking rescue mission as well.
I think orcs killed more orcs on that day.
I think you're right. They fucking crumped each other too good.
That guy with the flamethrower in the back line who was like, I'm not even gonna aim. Fuck you.
I'm gonna fire, and if you get in my way, it's your fault.
Average enemy and rogue trader burst firing through 3 people that are on his team and killing them.
That did happen many times.
Like, I can't pull off a burst fire of this caliber when I try, but you're just doing it without even trying. You truly are empowered by the dark gods.
Chaos Space Fiend ran around my units so he could get a line of fire that was lining up my guys and his guys that were previously behind him, and then burst firing, missing me.
Trying to get as much damage as you can.
That sounds like something a Chaos Space Marine would do to the regular humans that were with him.
He hit my guy twice and killed 3 of his men. I did not need to be in the line of fire.
A noble sacrifice.
The blood must flow.
Ooh.
So,
Have we seen this guy before? I think we have.
Who's coming in?
this man?
I don't remember seeing him.
Hey, yo, he got the sun and moon on his back. We're fucked.
I don't think I can kill this guy, actually. I think we're done for.
Hey, Ambassador, do you mind if we have this meeting with you on your knees and me behind you with the awful sword at your neck?
Hey, Ambassador, you mind if I touch you with this staff that removes all your magic?
Oh, God.
Remove probably what is hundreds of thousands of gold worth of custom items.
Thousands of fucking pieces of gold and equipment in Arcane. As he does stride forward, you will see that the magical symbols of the sun and the moon do follow suit over the mantle that he carries and wears with him, along with a beautifully made inlaid gold staff that also has what seems to be the celestial calendar carved into it as well. As he makes his approach, you can tell that he is keeping respect and acknowledging each person as he walks by.
Dude, as he approaches, he gets within true sight range, and I see the ethereal Glock that he's holding in one hand.
I mean,
He's got that 9.
you see
By the 9!
the fucking spirits that surround him, along with the stars and all those that are constantly whispering to him. There has to be at least 20 different spirits surrounding this man.
Oh, that's gonna be distracting.
Is that something only the people with true sight see?
Yes.
Okay.
That is mildly concerning. God, I can't see it.
It's Lucille and I sitting here like, that is really, really distracting.
Representing the honor of Dimspire, I, Golden Growolf, first religion of the stars, are here to discuss matters and witness what future plans you have for the city, and if they would align in interest to that of Dimspire's.
We welcome you here, Dolden. I am Athelon Highguard. To your right, you will see the young woman Azure. She is a resident of your city, and I would like to delegate your questions to her, as she is more knowledgeable of the inner workings of your city. So if you could direct your questions to her, please. We will chime in where necessary, however.
Of course. As he would turn to full face front towards you, Azure. I am familiar with your family and many great works that they have already performed. Obviously, seeing you amongst the council, those in charge of Steeltime, will be duly understanding the inquiries that I have for you.
Have I ever met this guy before? I assume I haven't.
With this man, no. This guy is much further up the council line. You know he's not the leader of Dimspire. That would be Lorcan Crystalglide.
It's above your pay grade.
Yeah, I assume, you know, I basically left
Lorcan.
right after I finished my education. I doubt that I was like, oh yes, hello, Mr. President of Magic. Crystal Glide is a cool last name. Yes, we're glad to have you here. We were interested in reaching out to Dimspire on our own, but I'm glad that you came to us before we had the chance. We've been quite busy.
There's been a number of things that alarming whispers in the stars themselves that have been, eerily daunting. It was too heavy to ignore. I wanted to come to inquire, especially to the situation, knowing full well that you have been working with the elves. Do you intend to keep trade open between Dimspire and the many other cities of the north?
I would like to ask an out-of-character question. Did he just misspeak? Like, he said Dimspire and the other cities. Did he mean Stilltide? Or is he implying that we were going to perform a trade embargo on him?
Effectively, I'm curious if you're going to do a trade embargo.
Okay, I was just double-checking there because it sounded a bit odd. No, we had no plans to do anything to Dimspire particularly. At all.
It's to my understanding that it is also due to you and your compatriots that you had brought a strange gem that now helps protect Dimspire. I am bold to say, but we were hoping that you would wish for it to remain within Dimspire itself if matters of other debate and trade were to come up.
But that's what you ended up using it for. We had honestly assumed it was either lost or you were just busy studying it. We had no further use for it. It was quite a fascinating piece. I was aware of what it was, but we did not need it at the time.
We have been able to tap into many weaves of magic due to such a generous gift.
We did sell it to you after all. It'd be rather rude of us to try to get it back from you without just compensation.
Especially due to other matters and knowing full well that the Ifri have been purged. Also knowing allies, Saraz, as he nods towards Saren briefly, has been liberated, and obviously with the previous request of removing what was obviously a cult that had been hidden from our eyes. Would you be willing to share with us any other cult activities or pieces that you might have proverbially thought that you have been removed from the game?
I glance over at Athlon briefly, but I don't think we'd have any problems sharing that. Which cults in particular are you referring to? We had to deal with a lot of people trying to kill us over the past several months we've known each other.
My understanding that the Crushing Tide as well as the Bone Grove have been well and allied, as well as the more or less reputable types from the oceans and north. But the charge of the media has been a preoccupying worry due to the fact that capabilities of magic that they had carried initially.
I believe we can share what we have on them, but they've been excised from this city, I believe.
I do give you a nod on that regard, Azure.
Yes.
I just want to clarify that we don't see the Shadow Grove as a cult anymore,
Yes,
as well
they've
as the
been.
Crushing Tide.
Despite the fact that I might have my reservations about them due to what they did a while ago to me and several of us, they have been our allies now, and they helped us take the city, so I don't see them as adversaries.
It's good to hear. The other curiosity that has been raised in immense concern is, well, the curious nature of fey creatures that you have been seen with.
Could you be more specific?
Well, effectively, those who have said that it was a fey queen that has accompanied you at times. Is that a patron, if I may be so bold, that you have been partaking in, as obviously it might incline that a new faith might be being enforced.
I'm mentally trying to rewind. What did we promise to never speak about? We just promised never to speak about them trying to invade the rest of the continent, right?
The fact that she left her corner at all, you're not
So
allowed
me
to
speaking about
mention.
this at all to this guy would basically be an immediate violation of that oath.
As long as you don't say, yeah, she left the fucking island that she's supposed to stay on, you should be free to talk about other things.
I'm free to mention that, but I didn't pick up on that out of character, so I don't know. Unless you hint towards me, then
I mean, yeah, well, um, we've met a great deal of powerful figures. I believe I know to the person to whom you're referring, but we're not trying to enforce any form of religion. They happen to be. How can I explain this in an easy way? She is a sister to the leader of the elves, so we became friends with her in that regard.
Hmm. And that gives a good segue to one of the most significant questions. If we send scholars and a few others here, especially for the elves that you have managed to befriend that seem to have returned to the lights, we were hoping that you would be willing to share what magic knowledge they have, as well permit other scholars to come studiously study any pieces that you might have recovered.
It's not really for my own. It's not really under my own power to simply. Are you asking for the information that I've gathered while we were in their lands, or are you asking me to diplomatically allow your scholars to reach their city on good terms?
Both, if it would be permissible. I know that well, there had been already stories of you traversing into the Ashen Wastes and coming with contact of curious objects already. Kind of nods towards the statue.
The staff that looks like 10 trillion gold.
Pulsing with power.
I suppose I could share some of it, but As for actually meeting with the elves, they still need help rebuilding their city, so if you wanted to also help with that, I'm sure I could probably arrange for a positive relationship between Dimspire and them.
I would be more than happy to speak with them as well personally to help delegate good faith and tidings, and then have a transmission position between our wizards coming here and those wanting to go there to learn instead.
They've only been back for roughly 4 months now. The city looks a lot better than it did when we first arrived. It was dust and ruin. Now it's got a lot of plants and life. It's quite lovely now.
I'm glad that
I
they're
I don't want to interrupt, but I know you scholarly types are very different, very straightforward. So I'm just going to say you realize you're asking to inspect our military assets.
I suppose in a way, yes.
And you realize we can let you do that without promises.
And I suppose that would be in return of good faith conjecture if there was a request that you would expect of Dimspire.
Yeah, I'm thinking about how to phrase that.
I'll just gesture back towards Azur. I was just making it clear for him. Like,
Oh yeah, no, he's very blunt. He's like, I want to see it all.
You know what? Is there any of the spirits surrounding him saying anything sus, or like trying to direct him to ask specific things that would call for concern?
The entire time, every time he's gone to ask a question, the spirits have kind of been whispering in his ears, almost like guiding him the entire time. You think this is like a very eerie version of like Gartic Fun, where everyone's got a fucking piece of the pie and
It's a business meeting call on Teams.
exactly.
I can't believe this guy's this well composed, having multiple people talking in his ear 24/7. I would go insane like this. Ask them about the garlic bread in the lobby.
What kind of shoes are those? Is that leather or real leather?
Did that person passing you in the street have a skin graft, or was that real?
I'm pretty sure that guy has a penis. That's not a woman. That's not a woman at all. It's a chick with a dick.
This is horrific. Well, I do have something specific you could help me with, but everybody that was helping me with it would have to be sworn to secrecy as to not tell anybody.
Then I would assume a proposed gas for this.
I gotta go look at the spell Gios again. Is it pronounced Gios or Gaius?
It's,
Yes.
it's actually geish.
yeah,
Really?
I don't believe that.
I'd believe you if it was.
I honestly would believe that because fucking god, the spells.
I'm pretty sure it's like a Gaelic word.
Like,
Gaius?
shillelagh.
It's like 4d10 damage if they do.
Yeah.
Either
Look, it's not gonna kill a high level wizard.
Yeah, the kind of person I would need to help me could tank this.
Yeah.
No problem.
It'll
could
kill
tank
most
It's more
peasants.
effective on like town guard or something.
Not only could I tank this, I would be able to remove it immediately.
Yeah.
I could just walk out of the room and cast Remove Curse on myself.
Remove curse. Ah!
Like, all this would do is prevent, like, a peasant smith from doing something he didn't want to do. Even though the peasant smith could survive on a good roll.
It's such a cool sounding spell, but realistically, it's not going to hurt anyone.
Don't worry, we
Well,
can
'cause
amp it up.
Because it only triggers once a day as well. It's like, oh, there's my 5d10 damage for today. Anyway, now I'm going to keep doing the thing you don't want me to do.
Yep.
Well, I guess this was action. While charmed, they take 5d. if it was any time they act to counter your command, maybe, but also it's like, if they spilled the beans on what they were doing to anybody, they just have to do it once. They just have to tell one person. They could go tell everybody else. Like,
Sure.
Hey guys, I got something to tell you.
I think the pain is meant to be the pain is meant to be a deterrent.
well, obviously the pain's meant to be a deterrent, but it's only once a day. It's like, oh, I got a headache. Anyways, yeah, they're building the arcane engine.
Yeah, this is fucking terrible. Good lord.
While I appreciate the offer, we don't quite have everything ready for it yet, so it'd have to be more so a future agreement than something we would be doing now. Of course, it'd be nothing that put any of your workers at risk, or artisans. Physically, they would be perfectly fine. No harm would come to them.
Suppose that we can start working on what is permissible to be shared then, and slowly grow faith with each other.
Yes, I suppose a lower agreement would probably be best. I would like to ask you, though, since you are here on behalf of Dimspire, this might be a bit of a rough topic to bring up, but what are your opinions on the Afridi? You can be honest here. You probably know our opinions.
We all got our hands on our guns.
There's a reason we never let the Afridi contain a foothold within Dimspire. We pay our tithe effectively, but we have never permitted them to actually have any real control within. We have always kept in the front, the lower levels being where the citizens have to abide by the law that they dictated with the permissible magic item limit, but anything on the higher levels was always kept hidden anyway.
Yes, I am well aware of that part, but I am asking you this because I want to know where you would stand if we were to openly oppose the Afridi.
If it were under greater threat of the Inspire's immediate destruction, there would be having to side with them, but especially with the good and favorable composure that has gone so far, we would be willing to stand with you, and especially for the fact that we would be excited to see the Afridi extinguished and their control effectively removed entirely from the north.
Wow, that's way better than I thought he was gonna say. I thought he was gonna like he's this is their ambassador and he's extremely pro. Like, yeah, I want them dead if we can.
Yeah, but also he knows he's in a room full of terrorists.
Yeah, that too. I'm weathering my expectations with the fact that it's like, he's in a room.
This
with a
guy,
bunch
this
of
guy's
people that could
very
kill him.
smart. Like he knows so much. Like he's very clearly knows.
He knows a
everything.
lot, and he knows that probably we could kill him potentially. Like, it's entirely possible.
Mm.
So it's like I also probably would say similar things like, "Oh yeah, I'd love for the Afridi to be gone, bro."
Yeah, man, kill those guys.
Lord
Please.
Glowwolf, are you aware that the Afridi have started to begin their counterattack?
Yes, there has been many signs already that they have been on the move. I will share in good confidence that well and before your fortuitous assault, there had been concerns, signs already that the fire giants were making their way northward towards Dimspire. They had sought to make fortification out of the mountain that adjoins the city, as well as enslaving many of those inside if they were able to take it over.
So you're well aware that Dimspire is in danger.
Yes. That's why we wanted to make sure we knew who our allies were. And in full candid honesty that you weren't just excising Ifriti on some behalf of a promise of payment from fire giants or other. A strange thing to say, I know, but even they don't hold full oath or sway towards Lords of Flame there. Just to the forges themselves.
I'm just gonna like lock eyes with him when I say this. Our end goal is the complete removal of Ifriti from this continent.
Does he shit his britches?
I mean, could roll an insight if you like. He's very stoic.
I'm not gonna roll. I'm just saying that's our goal. I want to see what he says.
Wow.
He already seems like he's down.
Yeah,
Imagine
he
not
shit
sending a
five.
stoic guy to be your ambassador. I want the most emotionally open guy to be read by anything.
Sweats and
no,
shits
you're gonna
himself.
do what?
Fucking, oh my god, it's like LA Noir. It's like, check out the subtle facial motions. Oh,
Like, I just
I
lied to a
wonder if he
police
did it.
I just lied to a police officer who let me have like a convulsion of fear.
Half those guys from that LA Noir game always look like they shit themselves. Whenever...
Exactly. That's what I mean. They send that guy. It's like, so what do you think about Freddy? Ooh, yeah, thumbs up.
Hey, is it?
He says all that and then he's like immediately like cowering.
Ah!
Like a GTA civilian that heard a gunshot.
Fucking Christ. But with that, you can tell there is a moment of deliberation. For those who with true sight, you definitely see what looks almost like 8 different kinds of spirits kind of whispering in his ear. He's sitting there thinking. Considering this would be a guarantee of safety, as well as still tied being allies. We understandably would stand at your side for that. As much as that is a daunting task, we can at least keep the Northland safe with you.
Well, with that proclamation, would it be acceptable for us to draft up a contract between our two cities for mutual defense?
I think that would be most reasonable. Ah!
We seem to be making the agreement that he really just is totally on board and wants to sign a mutual defense pact like now.
Oh, great. Okay, so we come to the Dimspire's defense if they get attacked. They come to our defense if we get attacked.
Yeah, basic
Yeah.
stuff.
Right.
Obviously, it doesn't really matter unless they actually honor it, but that's like most contracts and agreements. You can just choose not to honor them, but
Unless we involve some fucking demons in here, then yeah, it's just word and trust.
would a demon even be good enough? Like, what are you gonna have the demon do? Like, take people's souls as collateral for the deal?
You need like an inevitable or some shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say you need to go to the plane of Mechanicus and get
Against this guy who's probably a 20th level wizard, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
unless you were using Wish to make the contract as well, which would also just be a huge waste.
I'm
Need
the
to bring
oldest
out a
in my
third party
class.
that will fucking eviscerate them if they go back on their word.
Yeah, I
Hey,
saw
how
some
about the
little
Afridi? They're pretty strong.
some little Bortons like, on the plane of Mechanicus or whatever. You can go to this hall and pay them so your inevitable can be like stapled with the contract, and if you violate it, it'll just teleport in and start murdering you.
Yeah,
Just follow you forever.
they're pretty cool.
It's very dangerous, but I got a Tarask to sign this piece of paper. If you ever go against this, it will teleport to your hometown.
But the
Oh my
Tarask can't
God.
read. Oh no.
How much intelligence does a Tarask have? Can I awaken a Tarask?
Probably like fucking 2.
Dude,
It reflects the fucking spell.
Wait, I still have the page open. They have
Awakened.
They have 3 in you. Can
3.
Tarask. You're so back, baby.
I'm more
Go on.
terrified at the fact that you awaken a Tarrasque. It comes back like 400 years later, like lightning bolt, fucker.
You know what?
No,
I just think
it has to be a beast or plant creature. We're safe.
Tarrasque
Okay.
at
I'd say
all
it's a
times is
monstrosity.
this. Tarrasque at all times is this drunk bristleback yelling about how he wants to have a fucking fight with someone, and then when you awaken him, he's just that smart automaton bristleback.
He suddenly produces an extra large corn cob pipe that he puts in his mouth. Just like, yes, quite.
Yes, Azure, this has been quite a thrilling conversation. Quite good for the grey cells, I must say.
The
I'm
Tarrasque
going to devour that
casts
city
haste
over
on
there. I'm quite
himself.
hungry.
I'll go pay the bakers for quite the load of bread.
Indeed.
So Doldern, when are you making us a nuke?
Oh,
What?
for the mountain.
We need to sneak our slipspace drive into the mountain.
Don't worry, I have the demon core ready. We just need to reach in a mutual
Oh.
agreement.
We're
We just need a screwdriver.
We're constructing an ICBM silo in remote Siberian northeastern continent.
It's true. But I do think we might need to check out that Walking Mountain in person.
Yeah, we probably should, and we have the capability to just go over there.
I'm sure there's a secure room in the middle of it that's full of control crystals that we can just smash and it will work.
Me and Wembley just gliding through the floor while I psychic scream everybody inside to death. And they can't do anything to me because I'm in the floor.
Just hear like
Just
a
keep
sound bite.
mold-earthing its legs off.
That's a mountain. It has like 1 million legs.
No, I'm thinking it has 4 legs like the Colosseums from Elden Ring.
Oh, okay.
Only 4 legs, meanwhile
Of course.
moving around like a fucking millipede. Just fucking thousands of tiny little steps.
Well, if it had 4 really big legs, it'd fucking sway like a motherfucker. You don't want to ride that thing.
The dwarves
Well, if Rudy can
inside.
fly, bro. Oh yeah, dwarves inside.
I was gonna say the dwarves inside, like just walking around like another day, fucking thinking they're all drunk already.
It'd
Like
be like a ship in the Pacific when it's wavy, you know?
Yeah,
you guys,
specific.
no,
You know-
you're missing the true goal of like just drive by it a couple times and have an earthquake happen.
So I'm surprised this guy has mentioned us hanging around with Faye. Like, I knew Nina first appeared in Dimspire, but he didn't mention the fact that we have a dragon.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm sure Orm was probably out in the hallway and probably waved to him or something.
Yeah, Orb's reading a book. He just kind of looked at that and was like, huh.
There's just a gold dragon
about
in
the-
here.
What about that ancient dragon that was terrorizing the city with you? Oh, we don't know where he went.
He's chill.
But we do technically know where he went. They probably
We
went
do
back to the
probably.
little death giant city.
Oh, you mean Astaroth, the voiceless? Yeah, he's chill.
How do you know that? Oh, he told us, but it is.
It actually is
Voice-
really funny, like that we're just this random group of people that knows all these like powerful entities. We're like, oh yeah, we're friends with that like demigod that lives in the middle of the continent.
Wow, you're a very impressive young lady, Azure. You just graduated, right? Yeah. And then I went to start a rebellion. I'm currently building a world bomb. I've got a dragon son. Oh man.
I've got a
What the
staff that can
fuck?
destroy the cut.
But the staff can't do that, can it?
Or when he asked about cults, I really thought he was going to be like, so what's the deal with one of you guys
Airplane
being
food.
affiliated with the Pale Knight? You know?
I am surprised that he brought it up that it was a religion. I didn't really expect that angle from him.
This guy does seem more like the religious head of Dimspire than like the king. You know?
Well, he isn't the king. He's not the actual leader. He's like
he seems like a religious figure, as the word astrologian implies.
He's always doing the star signs and reciting,
Mars
revering
in
the
retrograde,
divination.
my lord.
He's divining the stars, brother.
I suppose we could probably have the contract written up for you soon. I think I could probably write it up for you with Athlon checking my work, but
I'll be looking forward to seeing the first draft. We'll take my leave until then, if we are concluded.
I don't have anything else to bring up at this time, so if anybody else has anything to say.
I think you've handled it quite wonderfully.
A pleasure to meet all of you.
Thank you for your time. We appreciate Dimspire reaching out to us.
Give a polite deep bow and start making his way towards the door. As you can see, the multiple spirits following around as they are looking and watching everything.
Maybe those spirits prevent him from getting backstabbed.
I try and go and fucking stab him. He just turns around. Disintegrate!
All right.
Now, something that
All
I
right,
just thought
guys.
of. Does Nina look like a fae to other people, or does she look like an elf? I know elves are fae, but you know what I mean. Like,
She's
does she look
like
whimsical enough to
they're
be a
sort of
fae?
Eladrin-y, right?
Yeah, I assumed they were Eladrin, but I'd always pictured Nina as just being like, elf looking, as opposed to Eladrin looking.
She's more
I
heavily
picture her as the most normal looking of all of them. Except her hair is on fire sometimes.
Yeah, the ember glow of magic to her hair is kind of a dead giveaway. It's, well, yeah, I can't say dead giveaway because there's Ganassi.
Yeah, there's also fire dwarves. Well, that's a really tall fire dwarf.
That's a really tall Aesir.
That's going in the book
What
of
the
grudges.
fuck did you call me?
And slim as well.
Thank you.
So are we gonna adopt Clear Breach? They seem like the one they can give us the least and probably need the most help.
That is true, but I don't really think it would look good upon us to turn them away.
no, exactly.
I feel
They
like
have
it'd
no
be...
reason to turn them away. They've shown no malice as far as I am aware.
No, except
would
like
also-
it's like adopting a village that's just going to constantly get attacked by orcs.
This
To
is
be
like
fair,
this is like
they're-
sending
they're-
rice to a remote African village that could sustain itself anyway. But you'd feel bad.
To be
stop.
fair, if they are in the same situation as like your city, Saren, and Dimspire, where they're getting taxed the shit out of and have to donate tithes constantly, then they're such a small community. It makes perfect sense as to why they're fucked and why they're just sitting as like this underdeveloped little shitty place.
I wouldn't say they're underdeveloped. They're probably just as like
No, they're like
militarily strong as like Pogend, except they don't supply the resources that Pogend is giving us.
Yeah.
There's no reason for us to say no, but we might have to go genocide the orcs so that they stop fucking with them.
Genocide the
bring up-
orcs, or have a big scrap with them and convince them that we're the big boss now, and we get them to wag the shit out of those fucking Efreetis.
We also
That's
don't
where
know
they
they
would
would
scrap
that
it.
idea, actually.
they could want a lot of things. They might not even want allyship. They might just want us to solve a problem, unlike the orcs.
I mean, I'm willing to try to speak to the orcs.
Honestly, I think I am too. As much as it's going to probably involve me getting stabbed, it would be interesting. Regardless,
At this
let's
point,
talk to the...
I'm so used to being stabbed that I have calluses on my calluses and scars on my scars.
Don't you have that
Wait.
regenerate magic that removes all your scars? I did that to myself. I was tired of
They
that.
they try to stab you, but it just goes straight through because you've already been stabbed in that spot before.
That's exactly right. I've actually got a hole there.
Yeah, perfect dodge.
I-frame by impaling yourself in the exact same spot.
I time stopped and
Yeah.
stabbed myself there first.
You also twist your body so you just catch their sword. Like, got it.
Oh my
Right
god.
now.
Some JoJo strategy or something out of Baki. It's like, oh, yeah,
Yeah, that is 100% out of Baki.
I aligned his blade with the exact spot I was previously cut, so it took no damage. And then I flexed my
I
muscles. to break
flexed
his
these
sword.
two exact muscles to grip this part and this part of his blade, and now he's stuck.
Fucking genius.
And then I shadow boxed a praying mantis.
If I could do what now?
All right.
All right. Okay.
Send in Clearbridge.
Send in the man from Clear Breach, please.
Yes, yes, please. I like how this is just politics session.
Well, it was inevitable. We did have 3 months
Look,
of downtime.
It
this
was
is exactly what happens in Pathfinder Kingmaker when you spend too much time playing the game and not running your city. It's like, fuck, now I've just spent like 3 hours doing these fucking quests. I just talked to someone in my throne room.
As a much younger man, come
Holy shit,
regally
he's
dressed.
drippy.
Yeah, regally dressed in nice satins and cloths. You will also see a more presentable blade, something that doesn't really look combative, but also more a famous delegate would wear just to be more fancy in the time. As he immediately makes his way forward in a much more boisterous and happy fashion. Evening, my lords and ladies. I have come on behalf of Clear Beach to sign an agreement of vassalization.
Oh,
You
You're
wish
very
to
upfront.
be vassal under Stilltide.
Effectively. I know that beating around the bush would be more formidable for some, but at the same point, we understand full well that you had quite handedly dealt with the Ifrini, especially from my original investigations around the city itself, as well as much of what has been already rebuilt and the infrastructure that had survived, even in the oppressive combat areas that have been cleaned up. I must say, I would be remiss if it was not in Clear Beach's best interest, especially when the time comes, to be a part of not only just very capable combatants, but those who have already been confirmed to have elves and immeasurable magic that even the Afridi seem to wilt away from.
I must admit my knowledge on Clearbreach is lacking on up-to-date information. What exactly is your stance with the Afridi currently? How exactly is your town treated?
Well, we pay a rather harsh amount of tithes. They are supposed to help keep the orcs away and have repeatedly ignored it, even though they occasionally have showed up on some instances whenever they feel it's necessary enough, though they never really saw any value within our township to build any foothold or ensure the laws were being kept. Lordships have already been making sure that legal and other requests have been made. We are more or less humble loggers. We collectively fire trees nearby that can endure the heat as well, and enchantments of the land. Not glorious, but still provide a great deal for Dimspire, as well as what the Afridi demand of us that could survive the heat of their body. Partially ashamed to say that we are been more or less partially reduced to carpenters for their cities, and I know it's not the most intimidating, but at least much of the furniture that has been made has always survived, and as well as the city walls themselves, for what we've improved on each attack from the orcs. I'm sure we can definitely recommend some improvements on fortifications, not weapon-wise, but at least fortification strength-wise in the walls themselves and things that endure.
Your people are capable siege architects.
Yes. We've had to survive a great deal of them.
Understandable given the orc threat.
They unfortunately have gotten as clever as we are, we have to constantly innovate.
I understand. So what is it you hope to gain from this vassalization, then? What would be the terms that you are seeking?
A small troop regiment, or at least some siege craft that would be permissible and lent out. I know that, especially for a war, all is imperative to have, but we know that Still Tide is rather infamous and capable with tank craft as well as airships. Even one or two of these would be an immeasurable increase in defense in our city, as well as driving the enemies away. They still drive crude vehicles that they salvage from the yards, but even then so, we would be able to keep them in repair and be able to counter-assault most of them whenever they arrive in droves again.
I must ask, has anyone discovered what the motives behind the orcs' attacks are?
They have supposedly a god that they worship. The Eye is what they simply call it in their tongue, but the many that they bring are sacrificed to effectively a great lake that has a whirlpool, pulls anything down into it. None have really seen what is on the bottom of the lake. We assume bones and many other sacrifices over the years. Even the Afridi are unable to rein in the orcs themselves.
They sound formidable, quite the threat.
They are.
But then again, I do believe the Afridi would very unlikely, have unlikely given much thought towards actually getting rid of the problem. They would not have tried very hard, I doubt.
Unfortunately, with some of our beliefs that they have left them there so that we suffer and dwindle and still have to pay tithe.
Vassalization for a civilization can at times be beneficial given their status if they are not as economically powerful or as large as some of the other surrounding cities. However, I do believe in many instances vassalization can stunt the growth of such a civilization. I encourage the rest of you in the room to speak your thoughts on the matter and voice your opinions on how we may proceed.
Luther will look to the rest.
Luther.
Aaron in the corner
Were you
having a
willing to say
stroke.
something?
I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
What is he just seeing
Well-
how his name tastes? What the?
Oh, I have a
Look,
devil
I'm-
here that's going to take your name
Fucking,
so I can
I thought I
taste it.
fucking handed the stage to anyone. Why are you all looking at me?
You said
You
his
started
name.
speaking.
Hey, that wasn't in character. That was just because Josh put it there. He didn't. He never introduced himself.
It's true, he never did.
He was unconfident.
Look, I already don't want to run this city. I have no desire to dip my hands into running others or telling anyone what to do, but dealing with the Afridi is going to be a global effort. My only request is if you have teleportation circle within the city, you hand over the glyphs.
We do. We would be more than happy to share that with the full agreement and signing of the Reach's vassalization to still tight.
As in addition to that, I presume these glyphs are something you've had for some time.
Yes, they have been in use specifically for Dimsbar's deliveries for a number of years, as far as I understand.
Right, but my concern therein lies in the possibility that the Afridi would also have knowledge of these particular glyphs.
Mm-hmm.
Can they be altered?
I would not recount myself as a wizard, but I'm sure there would be ways to do so.
Azur, you are the expert when it comes to these arcane conundrums. Is it possible to reconfigure the teleporter?
You'd have to probably make a new circle to be able to permanently get new glyphs.
Well, if they're already having dealings with Dimspire, I'm sure we could arrange a practiced mage to go over and sort that out for them.
On the topic of Dimspire, your city is a lot closer to Dimspire than here. Have you not tried to ask them for assistance?
We have. They were also originally paying a tithe and did not want to anger the Afridi, especially due to the fact that if we were claimed by them, then now the Afridi probably would have originally seen it as confrontational juxtaposition. They denied taking on vassalization originally in the first place.
Can we go to the map real quick? I want to look at Clear Breach. Thank you.
I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom briefly. Did he mention the fact that we were in Clear Breach before? Because we were, but we were there for like 2 days.
Yeah, we weren't there for very long.
Yeah, he didn't mention that because he had, like, most people still had no fucking clue who the fuck rolled up other than the people in the town.
Yeah, we did lose one of our most recognizable members, the giant golem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
The rest of us are
mascot.
the rest of us kind of blend in to a much larger degree.
Me, quite literally.
You quite literally, another person quite literally. I stand out a bit because I'm blue, and not many
Stop it, you never
Ganassi
die.
travel around.
Yeah, only 2 of the party that are in this room.
Looked like
Were
the way.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is true.
because Lucille did not look like that, and that did not look like that. Ven is not here.
Oh, you grew up fast. I remember.
God damn, you got caught!
Has it been brought up that the Afridi have no reason to attack Clear Breach?
I think that he wants protection from the orcs as well. I don't think this is entirely protection from the Afridi.
At the moment, it is primarily the orc problem.
That is a good point. If they become a vassal of Stiltide, the Free might just attack them because of that.
As you said, this is no strategic value for us, but also no strategic value for them.
Unless it's ours, and then they're like, okay, we killed them, lol.
Yeah.
Well, because it's like, if we claim it and then they walk over and they crush and kill all of them and make it public, it'll make us look really bad. Like, look, they're not even protecting the people that are allied with them.
Well,
Well,
let's not ally with them. Let's just.
They did say that the Afridi themselves have had trouble curbing the orc problem around Navigon and those other areas.
Yeah, but I agree they probably didn't try very hard.
I also agree on that, but also how hard do you think they will try to get through a near endless supply of orcs that have got their own fucky wucky vehicles?
Mhm.
I think we just teleport meteor swarm them, right?
Here's what I'm thinking right now: is that it is a good idea with the vassalization. It's not a terrible idea. It offers clear breach, like defensive capabilities that we can offer them. And at the moment, the orcs basically sit here as like a giant barricade.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're also terrorizing Clearbridge, which we like.
They are, but we would be defending clear breach
If we just
superior
give
technology.
Clearbreach slightly better defenses, so that they're not getting killed by orcs,
Okay. I would like
they
to bring
won't
up the
seem
obvious
like
point.
much of a threat. Like I don't think
so-
we should vassalize Clearbreach. I think we should just give them a little bit of help.
Okay, so I'd like to bring up the very obvious point here. Okay, so the orcs, they like raiding, pillaging, and murdering, right?
Yes, yes.
That seems to be what they enjoy. Okay, they like to murder, raid, and pillage because they're close and they're available. They're gonna keep doing that because they have no better option.
Yeah, I'm aware.
So if we don't deal with the orcs, they're just gonna keep throwing themselves at the problem. Actually, they'll probably go for iron bolt.
Yeah, but Jesse's point is that the orcs also provide a shield from this direction.
They may be a sword attacking this spot, but they
Well,
are
if
a
we
fucking
build a
big
wall,
shield for this spot.
we make
We've
Yeah.
built a wall.
Yeah, it's true that they do that, but like there is also the chance that the Afridi come up and there's like, orcs, we want passage through your lands to raid and pillage Clearbreach.
And then the orcs,
they're like, hell yes.
or the orcs will see that there has that these volunteers have come to get in the pit.
Oh, I'm sure they're gonna have a real easy time throwing Doctor Oppress into the pit.
I cast oppress at you. What the fuck?
Hey, what about that walking mountain? Is that going to walk over the orcs?
I mean,
Can
I'm
I-
certain that's going to try to walk over Nisha
Yeah.
and everyone
Oh,
else.
yeah.
Can I, in
I think the orcs are
character,
the least
call a
of their
break to
problem.
this meeting? So that we can discuss
Yes.
this in character without this guy in
Sure.
front of us?
I
Yeah.
will take a stand and fuck, what was his name?
Luther.
Luther, we will need some time to deliberate on this subject. If you would like to take a seat outside, you may be offered refreshments as well. We will summon you back in once we have come to a conclusion.
Of course.
I wish I just telepathically linked to all of us for this, then we could actually just have a conversation privately.
While he's still in the room, we all just staring at him while having a conversation.
We're like nodding, like stroking our chins, like good idea. It's like,
Yeah.
but are you speaking a weird language? Oh no, we're just all telepathic.
John Luke grabs him like a vampire and just flies out the room.
I knew there was a
fuck?
reason we trusted Jean-Luc. He's taking out the trash.
Taking out the trash.
All right, once he leaves the room, I don't really think it's a good idea for us to take control of Clearbreach.
We do kind of have our hands full already.
We're introducing an additional weakness, although that saying it that way makes me feel awful because they're still people.
While it is true, Clearbreach itself, if they decide to, God forbid, get past the orcs and take us from that side, they can go through Dimspire then to us. At least, if they are a vassal, we may not be able to defend them from the Afridi, but we should be able to have an early warning on if we are being taken from the west. Like I have said, putting a united front with the people of the north is a very good sign. It portrays a good image for the others of the North. It boosts morale and inspires.
It does, yes. That is a good point.
If they see that we leave this small village to itself because we decide that they are not worth our time, it will not speak well for our actions. But I do understand your point of view that it is a risk, an unnecessary one, but the consequences of ignoring it are also a risk.
It's also additionally the fact that they pretty might simply target it because it's the easiest thing to attack that we own.
Like I said, if they do that and we own it, there's a good chance that we can have the knowledge that they are invading from that side. Whereas, if we do not have forces there, then we won't know until they're upon Dimspire.
I mean, it's
So if
Probably-
Clearbeach got attacked, we'd find out pretty soon anyway, by
takes-
some means.
I mean, it takes time for these things to get around. Word travels slow when you're not connected.
Just a single informant in Clearbeach would do the job. It's all
That
with
is
the sending
true.
stone.
There's the other matter that I feel like accepting a vassal would portray the wrong image for us. Perhaps something similar to the defensive pact we're doing with Dimspire would be better.
Vassalization is not necessarily negative in its connotations. If we were to take them over forcefully, that would set a horrible image, but they are requesting that they trade their loyalty for our protection. While they enter a more subservient form, they are still free to do as they wish. They have their freedoms, they just request our aid in exchange for their loyalty.
It's the only thing they can really offer, considering how wealthy Stiltide is compared to them.
Exactly.
Okay.
It just simply is from historical context. It feels a lot worse than it should be, I suppose.
I know,
does.
but it is not
No,
like we
I-
are annexing them either.
I'd fully agree with your viewpoint, Azure. It's. I mean, are we going to explain to every single person, every other city that no, they offered, they asked to be our vessel.
Perhaps
still
we
going-
should form.
Still project that image. Even if it's less forceful in nature, it does make it look like we are intent on taking over.
While that is the case, vassalization does not need to be permanent either. And sometimes there are benefits. With the economy being able to be shared between the two, the other can grow prosperous in their own right. If we let them, which we would. I think the problem with previous vassalizations in history is that the one that is meant to protect the vassal gets a little too ahead of themselves and begins to enslave more than protect the ones that they have owed allegiance to. Yes, Aaron, I agree with that. If anyone heard my cat just fucking scream.
Yeah. Well, we could, as a suggestion, simply offer them a defensive pact instead.
I considered this as well, but when you consider the size of their state and what forces they actually have capable of sending to us, it's not very feasible.
Well,
would like to
it's less
suggest
about
something.
what we get from them directly and more about the image we project to the rest of the nation.
And in that respect, I had an idea. Why don't we actually decide on a more formal alliance that we broadcast to everyone that we're all a part of? We're getting 2 whole additional cities added on to our number already.
While this is true, people have been coming to us requesting us be allied with them. Instead of us setting out word as if we are desperate for alliances, people are putting their trust in us.
I
We do
just
not
simply
seem
think-
desperate, and I think that is helping.
Well, we seem powerful. Is what I would assume is the outsider perspective. We outed the
Given-
Ephesians of Stilltide, and have maintained order immediately afterwards.
Comparable to the Afridi, we are not as powerful as we would like to be, but given what we have accomplished, others would most certainly see us as powerful.
That's
We
right.
seem
Jordan.
powerful, but if every second town on the map decides they want us to protect them, that's not going to work.
Exactly.
That is
Can't
a good
offer
point.
us something in exchange.
But not every town is Clearbreach either.
Clearbreach is
example-
quite defensible, I'll give it that. But-
Silkfort would have no reason to ally with us, for example. We wouldn't gain a lot from allying with them directly in that public of a way.
And they're
The thing
already
is-
in quite a safe position on the map.
Whether it is
No, I don't know.
our intention or not either, everything north of us is essentially being protected by us. Securing Clearbreach protects those in the north as well. If we also secure Gomdor at some stage, it will further secure those regions to the north.
Do we think Clearbreach could be invested in so much to be as useful as Stilltide?
Clearbreach is already a very defensible position. It's
And if we-
sequestered within the mountains, so it is very easy to defend. It's probably one of the only reasons they're still surviving against the orcs.
So if we focus more on making it even more defensible, it does become an asset to us.
It does.
I think if the people of Clearbreach want to become a vassal, they should. In a few generations, they'll be just as powerful as Stilltide.
Another matter I wanted to bring up, if they're going to vassalize themselves to Stilltide and not to us specifically, should the council not be here for this agreement?
We can involve them, should we wish.
Well, my point is that we're not the entire rulers of Stilltide. We have enough power to take it by force, but we're not the kings of Stilltide.
It's probably for the best.
It's of course
Technically,
for the
only
best,
two of
I-
us are even on the council.
I believe that the way we phrased it was that all of us have temporary seats while we're sorting out Stilltide, then we're all going to step down.
All of us have temporary seats other than gestures towards Athelon and Lucille.
Yes, them. They have their permanent seats, but I consider myself a temporary member. I have every intention of stepping down. I don't want to be part of the covenant.
I
Your
consider
wisdom
myself
is
barely
appreciated.
a member.
Saren, your tactical knowledge, along with your allegiance that you've shown previously, is very valuable.
Guess what?
I-
Like I said, I'm here for the war. I'm not. Technically, I have no investment in the future of Stilltide.
And I understand that, but I appreciate your support nonetheless. But you're right. We should summon the rest of the council to convene on this matter.
Is more or less our agreement with Dimspire is going to be mostly us intervening.
Well, at this point, we are set to ally ourselves with pretty much all of the dwarven clans. Should the Molten Fists prove successful in taking control of the clans through their rightful process, we'll have Dimspire as allies as well. And if we decide to go ahead with the vassalization of Clearbreach, we'll have another very valuable and trustworthy ally, as well as a very defensible position near the ocean.
Now, the
Well,
other
so-
question
Not to
I
mention, the alliance does include my previous stipulation that we adjust their teleportation circle, so the Afridi can't use it.
Of course.
It also
and-
means we have a place to retreat if either city is taken.
They have, due to the forced nature of it, become quite adept at siege works, thanks to the constant attacks from the orcs. And their special carpentry could prove useful against the fire-based attacks of the Afridi. As much as it may stretch us a little thin, I believe it is worth the risk, given the cost-benefit analysis. And besides, we can stipulate that this vassalization will last for a limited time. Set a contractual amount of time before it ends, example. Or set a particular goal for them to achieve in terms of their economy or structure. So they may become self-sufficient again.
Personally, if we were to put such terms on our agreement, I would prefer it to just be until our war with the Afridi is over.
At that point, they would only need protection from the orcs, if they are still a problem.
I assume the orcs are going to be gone one way or another by the end of this.
Depends on how much trouble they are.
Well, we dealt with them once before, and they were quite a bit of trouble.
True, and that was a warband.
And it was only a small portion of it as well.
Yes. And from my understanding, orcs do mature quite quickly.
Well, compared to us back then, I think so have we.
There also is the matter that we could try to recruit the orcs.
That would be a difficult task, but that is a challenge I'm willing to attempt.
It is the matter of we don't know what they want. Perhaps we could turn them to want the same things as us with a little bit of encouragement.
Or
We're just told what
trickery
they
if need
want.
be.
They want
Maybe
human
we promised them
sacrifices.
50 Afriti souls.
Well, there'll be at
No,
least
make it
50 of them.
75.
100.
200.
You drive a hard bargain, but I'll settle at 300.
We'll shake at 350.
I like to think we're shit-talking this in character.
My PC just went to sleep because I haven't moved my mouse for like an hour. Listen, I think if we're going to ally ourselves with Clear Breach, we are not going to ally ourselves with the people who have been kidnapping children from Clear Breach for generations and sacrificing them to the ocean.
Yeah.
My point wasn't an alliance with them. My point was to try to turn their ire towards something that wasn't Clear Breach.
I've
Like
used
the Afridi.
deception and trickery for such things before. I'm sure I could potentially
What if we
motivate
just
them
make
towards something else.
Clear Breach an unattractive target, we make the Afridi's lands more attractive somehow.
Now, what would you propose we do for that?
Find out what they want, what makes them want to attack these lands.
I assume
don't-
that, like what Athlon said, they probably want to sacrifice the people they capture and enslave them.
Alright, then we'd have to make it harder to take people from Clear Breach.
We
So
can't.
up the defenses.
Upping the defenses is a necessity, but I think
Right.
a secondary necessity is learning how they think. If we understand their motives, their goals, and desires, we may be able to sway them or motivate them to, as Azure said, go for a more juicy target.
What if we make it
If-
really annoying? Like we surround Clear Breach with illusionary terrain. Like
You've
we
heard
did
Luther
in
before. They have become quite crafty in their own manners in order to circumvent the defenses. Not only are these orcs formidable and quite numerous, they are also learning and getting very smart in their warfare.
How long does the train last? Alright, what about a strike team to take out their leadership?
Possible, unless they don't use the kind of leadership we would imagine. Could be a caste system.
Hey, it
Well,
wouldn't be the
we'll
first.
find out.
Wouldn't be the first fish god we've killed in the past month.
True, but these are not fish, they're orcs. And if they're worshipping some god, perhaps they run on a shamanistic system or priests. And if that's the case, they may just make someone else the priest or the shaman. And like I
An
said,
intel gathering might be good.
that is what I said. We should learn before we do
Additionally,
anything about them.
something I just remembered. They had vehicles, didn't they?
They did.
Mhm.
Which means that they're not just savages, they're quite smart.
Oh,
Performing
Smart and
maintenance and
prone to
maintaining a
violence.
vehicle in those conditions means that they either have an ample supply of parts or they're manufacturing them themselves. Considering the location, I feel like they might be making them themselves.
I'd not be surprised.
Hmm. What if we
Regardless.
offer Mitha the orcs' land? You know,
Mitha, you can live right here.
It would be very funny because it would put a barricade between everything and the Afridi and make the Afridi very upset. I'm sure no Afridi want to walk into land where bird swarms will eat them in a second. But I'm sure that would also break some original contract she is beholden to as well.
Now, God, quick question. I feel like I might know this. I think God might be dead. How easy is it to burn down a Fey forest?
That might be a lot more difficult than you would think, especially with the fact that some plants are sentient and actually put themselves.
yeah, yeah. One tree just catches fire. It's like, oh shit, let me just run over to that river.
Yeah. Like, because I was asking it because I was like, surely it's not very easy, and they figured you'd have a really hard time putting out it.
could have just asked
Burning
me,
down a
I've
forest.
tried.
I just think of
But
the
also-
ancient Isengard putting its head in the
Yeah.
funnel.
I don't know how many people were paying attention to the last time Mitha was talking about like her city, but she mentioned the fact that it took a very long time for that city in the forest to grow to the state it's in. We'd probably not get an instant Fey forest in 5 minutes or less.
All right, guys.
Oh, no,
I think we're a little too concerned with the orcs when they really don't matter.
Yeah,
I'm
I
going
think
to be honest.
the orcs are a matter that we know
Let's
nothing
up
about.
our defenses so that the orcs can't touch us, and then forget about them. And then when we have the magical nuke, we nuke the orcs. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
fucking Alakazam.
What was that weapon from Gears of War? Hammer of Dawn. We just
Yeah.
the civilization.
Look, we talked about not nuking the Afridi. We did not talk about not nuking the orcs.
the orcs. I feel
They
like is a
deserve it
net
more.
positive to nuke.
Yes, they exist to sacrifice people to a hole in the ground.
And they do it
They
religiously.
they seem to arguably be some of the worst people on the continent, just in
Yes.
general. Like, I'm sure there are probably some Afridi that are not terrible.
Like
I
there
feel
are
statistically
orcs
there are probably some.
in the northwestern corner that they're just chilling. They're just chilling. Like
Yeah, and I don't care that they're up there. They can live up there.
yeah.
Until I need that land, then if I find gold there, like I'm sorry.
If we find cobalt for our Samsung batteries,
Ooh, sorry, buddy.
Lithium beaches, man.
We're gonna pull like every
I-
Star Wars piece of media ever where we go to Kashyyyk and we enslave the Wookiees to do manual labor for us for some reason.
get our unobtainium. But yeah, I think we're putting too much thought into these orcs. I think we should just level up the defenses of Clear Breach and forget about the orcs forever.
Well, what do you want to do to increase the defenses? We're circling back to my question.
Well, they asked for like a couple tanks and airships.
They asked
It'll
like
make-
one tank and one airship and maybe a regiment of troops.
I think
do
we
we
should
have a
do that,
regiment of
and I
troops to
think we
spare?
should set up a way to like mass quickly move people that is more than just like one circle in case they need to flee.
Alright, okay, so what would you propose for that?
I don't know, like 5 permanent circles?
You know the permanent circle has to be activated by a wizard, right? It's not like
Yeah, we know like 10,000 of those now.
I don't think they're all going to be waiting nearby. It also takes a minute to start each time. And it's only active for 6 seconds. It's not the solution you think it is. However, though, does the ley line pass through Clearbridge?
To the map.
Because I mean, I haven't finished. I have some downtime before I can continue working on the arcane engine. We're kind of at a standstill, which means that I have time to research a ley line teleportation stuff, and we.
I think Clearbreach successfully dodges them
Yeah,
quite
it does.
handily.
It clears
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, so it's like right in between two of them. But there is one that goes like straight onto Dimspire.
No?
Well,
Oh,
Dimspire.
yes. Yeah. Wait, why does it? What?
Because they're
I
not
don't know,
all
but
directly
they've
straight.
mentioned using it before, and they
Yeah.
don't all have holes.
Right.
They don't all
Yeah.
have big ass holes
Yeah,
in
I
the
can do
ground.
this.
Okay.
But
The
Clearbreach
big
has
holes, I
never
assume,
checked.
were. Yeah. Yeah, there might be a ley line into Clearbreach because I assume the ley lines kind of grow like tree roots. You know, you got like little branching bits. There might be a small bit of it underneath Clearbreach.
You fucking tap into it like a fucking tree. Like...
Well, no, I mentioned this before, okay, but you remember how in the tower there was the baby kidnap machine 9000, right?
Oh yeah. My favorite.
Okay, but the baby kidnap machine 9000 worked purely off of a ley line energy. It was just pulling a random baby that was near a ley line. We could probably just use that to teleport people. Like it doesn't have the ley line isn't exclusively pro child kidnapping. It was just designed to do that.
Oh, when the orcs attack, it randomly pulls 100 people and throws them at the orcs so they'll be satisfied and leave. Yes.
Orcs, here's your tribute.
This is just a tribute. You gotta believe me.
500 free.
500 free.
We take the
Oh,
100
yeah.
sacrifices.
It'll-
They come back tomorrow. More.
They just keep pressing the button. 100 sacrifices.
It'll make Still Tide itself slightly less safe, but we give them a couple tanks and a couple airships,
We'll be fine.
and they don't have to give a shit about the orcs anymore.
Yeah, with the airships, I kind of feel like they're just done for. Just getting shelled from the air.
They're just getting Hindenburged though at some point. No, the humanity.
Wait, most of us aren't humans. Oh, the sentient entity.
Oh, the orctality.
Okay, summon the elect accounts,
Yeah, we
and
should.
we recap them on everything we just came up with,
And then take
We
over
also
Cursed
should probably-
Tie.
and ask their
Yes.
opinion on Vessels and Clearbreach, and they all say yes.
I don't care about their opinion on our alliance with Dimspark, because if they disagree with that, I'm probably just going to remove all of them from the council, because that'll be the stupidest thing that could say
Yes.
no to.
What? You don't want to ally with like the second most powerful city on the continent? Fuck off.
Like, I'm removing all of you from the council. You're clearly useless and
You're all
idiots.
idiots.
There's no way you would say no to that.
Well, if you do not wish to go with my point of view, I am putting you in the cube of shame.
Kill them.
Especially if the most of our agreement is just like a mutual defensive pact and like, alliance. It's not even anything like you will give Dimspire all of your gold.
Give me all of your gold. Blessing. Twice.
Actually, no, I will stay back up here because I'm gonna sit next to my boy. Yeah.
My handsome man himself.
I'm not gonna sit up here.
He sits down next to me and I say, "So you drink any poison recently?"
Wembley sits on the floor in front of us, like some sort of pet.
What? Why? Why?
Because I said so.
I love Zalam because when I saw Zalam again, I thought that was like well-dressed Shrek. It's got like the same color palette, and I was like, "Oh my god, Shrek's here!"
Yeah.
No, not Shrekwell. He returned.
Not Shrek,
Alright,
well.
well,
It's like he's got the white shirt, the
Yeah.
almost brown vest, the green skin, and the like pointy ears that kind of look like Shrek's ears. It's like, damn, I can't believe Shrek's on the council.
I don't like that Phobos and his tinctures are here.
oh
Well,
yeah,
he's
I've been
part of the
talking to
council.
you.
I'm meaning to, but I've been really busy,
I need to do that.
building an engine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where's Bullman? Get Bullman in here.
Oh, wait,
We didn't get Ballman.
Yeah, but we want to put him on the council.
The entire council is like, who is that? It's like, that's Ballman, and we just don't explain it. He's just
He's the head of bowling.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
he
He's the
knows
most
bowling.
baller of all.
Well,
Just
clearly,
ball.
we just got to put him in charge of the mercenaries.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
It's so little.
Oh,
The
you'll love it.
seats that Saraz
Yay,
and Parmalta
Ballman.
had,
Yeah, genuinely.
he just
Yeah,
takes
yeah.
over that.
I thought somebody else was in charge of mercenaries, and they got like kind of like diluted.
Iron Fury, sort of. But Iron Fury was also in charge of the city guard.
I feel like you don't need to be in charge of mercenaries and the city guard. I think that's
Yeah.
a bit much.
But that
That's
was
like-
a temporary thing because of the last one got killed by.
Actually, this man.
So
Is he back from his trip to the
I was,
tree
about,
land?
I was about to say that man's not here yet.
Did he fly home?
Uncle. Coven Heart has not called.
If I recall, Amath is in charge of the guard now, right?
No,
No,
you missed. He works for me now.
Amath Planestrike works for you.
Yep.
Does
He was having a bit of a PTSD moment.
Oh,
Like,
really?
I can't handle this shit. And I'm like, yo, bro, you want to work for me and just, like, train soldiers? I'll give you, like, 100 guys. And he was like, please, this is too much.
Suddenly
Alright.
being reborn and then knowing that some of the council members were still around when he was fucking betrayed is like,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I made him recruit a bunch of the old soldiers who used to work with him, like people that he trusts.
Yeah. Okay, fair
And they're
enough.
they're part of my mercenary group of
I had-
1,000.
I had on my like friend thing for him is that he's like my personal guard at the moment.
not far off. He's been one of
Sort
the
of,
biggest
but I mean-
investigators.
He's technically one of my lieutenants now.
Nice.
The Nemesis program begins. No!
Alright, we catch them all up on our choice with Clearbreach. Does anyone object?
I was gonna say, what did they think? What do they want to do with Clearbridge? What's their opinion?
Your opinion.
You want to
Yes or
soften the
no?
blow with the Clear Beach one by saying that we've already gotten the ambassador from Dimspire to agree to a mutual defensive pact.
Oh, yeah,
and
we lead with
agenda
that.
alliance. Yeah, lead with that, because if we just brought all them in here to be like, yeah, we're just gonna stick out our neck for Clear Beach.
Phobos would immediately be on board with the Dimspire as well. He would, because like just going down the line. He would also be very open towards Clear Breach as well as sending him various amount of tinctures that he has there to help improve defenses as well as maybe get some new studies done.
This tincture makes your body like iron, but it also gives you AIDS.
What?
Guaranteed to have an effect. He
Oh,
says as he disappears. Oh, there'll be an effect, alright.
No savings for you get AIDS.
5 to 10 years, you're gonna be dead.
1d4 hours.
Man,
plus
there's
2
no
strength.
treatment for that shit in this world.
Oh no.
Even the gods can't stop it. It's fucked up, man.
But now you're infertile.
Your balls fall off like leprosy.
Now you're a eunuch.
Iron Fury would be cautious. He's understanding of Dimspire, but then also taking in Clear Breach is also an extent that would be stressful if you were to be sending extra military might and force out that way. Even with Iron Vault, there is still some ideal fortification there. He would recommend that you would build or post up a small watchtower, effectively kind of in between towards the mountain ranges.
I feel like I probably also should mention the whole dwarven clans allying themselves with us potentially. And I'd like, what?
What are you talking about? Joy Night World would be ecstatic, especially about the Dimspire, delegate being open for trade as well as the transition between elven magic and all that. But she would not see the benefit of having Clear Breach, especially for the fact that there's not an immeasurable amount of wealth, and then those trees themselves. In a much cooler fashion, she would more or less point out the fact that those kinds of trees could be harvested elsewhere, and that Clear Breach is not the only supporter of fire moat trees.
Counter argument: we do not have people capable of using those materials as efficiently as those of Clear Breach.
Counter argument: it's much less about the wealth and more about the territory.
Also that.
Enkindle would be sort of 50-50 on both, knowing that Dimspire is doing so defensively, but especially for the delegate being more apprehensive. If things go fairly badly, she recommends keeping their delegates and other wizards who are here to study under watchful eye if they turn in the midst of the war. Panad would be more focused on the food part, as well as the few other things that would be maybe needed, because if you're sending soldiers and others out that way, you would still need to think of supply lines if they get cut off at any point, being able to send messages back and forth. But he is supporting it, but still supporting it with an air of caution. As for the Dimspire part, he doesn't trust it fully, but obviously magic still has its capabilities and usefulness, so would be the better part of the idea. Demands supports it very heavily on all sides, honestly. She doesn't really see an issue, and especially if Clear Breach was to be assaulted or other, especially having other people that would be reporting daily, it would be faster without the worry of something being lost or having to post up maybe someone who's trying to be second eye to the situation. Halfmight is wary of Dimspire, especially for the fact that they've maintained their loyalties to them for so long and paid their tithe just to maintain face. What's to say that they wouldn't just heel turn the moment that they get the upper hand to maybe just try to take territories or something more significant for themselves before vassalizing back to the Afridi, just so that they keep what they have gained and then don't lose anything. As for Clear Breach, it's very clear as this situation that they do need help, and even maybe sending a delegate other than just a military sect of people there, along with the tank and a airship to war rig it. Maybe be more involved and figure out what extra could be pulled from them, especially supplies and crafting wise, since he works with so many rare and exotic materials and has made wands, staffs more, and other pieces. He seems fairly vested with the materials that they do have offering. Wargrip would definitely support the defense of Clear Breach, especially for the fact that there would still be other mercenaries that he could delegate and send that way as well. It would be beneficial, obviously, in his eyes, since he would have recommendation for mercenary groups that would be able to do so. But there's also the other factor as well that Dimspire is already defensible. If they became allies, they would have to be not open but willing to allow, if it's going to be mutual trade, especially for what Saren had said, then being shown your defenses and weaponry, them allowing some of your allies and those that you trust to go and investigate and see what they have weaponry wise and defense wise to help defend themselves, and what might be learned from for each to be able to improve their home bases effectively.
So he's saying if we let Dimspire wizards into our house, Dimspire should let us into their house.
That was a good point.
They just have a bunch of powerful wizards within your city that could fuck shit up.
Yeah. Yeah, we should be able to plant bombs in their city as well.
Just in case. I would also like to bring up the point that a powerful wizard doesn't really need your permission to show up and ruin your city.
Yeah, but they do need to know like where we're hiding our cool stuff and what we're working on. And...
Like I've said, a single 18th level wizard can make your city uninhabitable by just teleporting into the air with meteor swarm prepared with invisibility on, and they just meteor swarm you and leave, and they just keep doing that every day forever.
Just showing up.
Or even better, you do it every 1 to 3 days, so that you don't even know when it's gonna happen, and you're always on alert. What quarter of the city's gonna explode? And you randomly don't do it for a month, like, oh, it's finally over.
Everyone's just running and screaming and shitting themselves.
Would you stay in a city that was happening to every couple of days? No. Nope. Leave.
It's impressive.
I'd migrate to Australia.
Yeah.
That's just one wizard doing that out of spite.
Every single person who looks at a explosion. Start of fucking Konosuba.
Yeah.
You stop blowing up my fucking gas.
So that overwhelmingly seems like that. Well, not overwhelmingly, but mostly seems like they agree with both, and they're just exercising more caution on behalf of Dimspire. Because
there is some caution towards either, really. Definitely caution for Dimspire because they are very powerful. Understandable that there is something to fear there. And then there's the, Clear Breach being a potential risk just because of needing to send resources there.
Yeah, they don't really offer us much, but we sort of understand that.
Yeah.
Also, we would be much more like the Afridi if we turned somebody down purely because they didn't have resources. We just basically being Afridi too, where it's like, you're not worth our time.
I think that for the sake of the council members here who were not present at the time, we should bring Luther back in to address the council on his wishes. As he represents Clear Breach, it is only fair that the council hears from him, and you can make your decisions thereafter, based on how you feel from their delegate.
think that would be the most wise.
That being said, for the council, I do support the vassalization of Clearbreach. I believe that lending them our aid is the conscious thing to do.
I put trust in those words. Almost everything you say.
I will leave that for all of you to decide once Luther has spoken.
They would wait with bated breath as Jean-Luc would go and collect Louvain. As he comes in, you can see the smile still on his face, warm and cheery, as he will casually walk in. Noble lords and ladies, it is an honor to finally have all of your ears, as well as to know the full council in good respect. I'm Luther Marshblaze IV, ambassador and delegate in respect of the King of Clearreach. I had been requested to come here, especially post-haste in the news that the Afridi were excised from Stilltide, in hopes that we would be gaining new freedoms. I understand it is a strange request that, well, any ambassador would immediately come here on their king's behalf to wish vassalization, but it is due to unfortunate times as well as the lack of protection that was initially supposed to be granted to us by what was our previous superiors, or at least what we hope to declare previous at this point. I understand that there might be apprehension and hesitation, but those within clear reach are more than doubly sure ready to do what they can to prove that they're still useful. I understand that our resources are not the most magnificent. The fire trees are useful, especially against weathering the firestorms and other that tear Torsilna asunder at times. But I can assure you that the crafts that have come from them, as well as many of the improved infrastructures that we have survived on the edge of Clearreach's mountainside for many a year, is unquestionably one of the most durable structures that you would be bereft to find anywhere else. Even with the dwarven architecture that you know full well carved into mountains, these have been reinforced, studied, and even survived multiple sieges, fortunately due to demand, which is why we also seek help in the form of military might. I understand fully that it's a risky endeavor, but our loyalties would be forever ingratiated to all of you. So the council will decide, I understand, if there are some hesitations and demands of no, but our people cannot survive the orcs and the Afridi forever, and I would not surprise me that if war does stretch as far as it's possibly going to, we would still be caught in the crossfire anyway. But we would prefer if we were at least on the side that we believe to be right. That isn't feeling everything that the little people are worth and leaving them to be slaughtered by orcs who, sacrificing to some bizarre pit in primordial faith or whatever had brought them to it. With that, you could see there are some reconsiderations. Others that were still nervous. Half-Might and Wargrip are still very, heavily for supporting Clearbreach. You can see that even Iron Fury, though cold, you can tell is mulling it over more cautiously. Night World seems to be unfortunately cold and disinterested. But you can tell the others at the further end of Bisman, Barsk, and Panan are more receptive. Still cautious, but understanding, especially for if they were to just march straight north past the orcs or other, that Clearbreach would probably just become an anchor point, maybe, or city to occupy. Wargrip will actually stand up. Well, I know that obviously I've already cast my vote for the support. I would recommend the vassalization, not on the benefit of mercenary groups, but it would draw a very clear and defiant line towards the Afridi of where their power ends.
Lords and ladies of the Council, I do believe that while this may not be the most beneficial of deals, this is more about an opportunity to show how we are different from the Afridi. How we will not abandon our fellows to the death and doom that they face at their door. What they lack in the resources and material to give us, they make up for in heart and in their own prowess, in their loyalty that they have come here willing to be vassalized for the sake of our aid. And if that does not say anything, then I do not know what will. If we cannot protect the smallest of us, then what is the point in protecting what we have here? It will mean that we are just the same as the Afridi. I stand for the movement for the vassalization of Clearbreach. And that is all I have to say on this matter.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion, Athlon.
Love persuasion.
So good at this.
31! God! I am a god!
With that, even the coldest of shoulders between Iron Fury and Night World seem to stir at the idea, especially for the declaration of defending even the smallest. It's not a huge statement to defend Clearbreach, but it's still a statement, period, that, as you said, small, not beneficial, but showing even Steel Tide's might, that you're still able to reach out and help defend the smaller cities. those who were already wavering with caution seemed to be comforted. We can see halfway and Margaret are overjoyed as well. Much more bolstered smiles that are very telling. The fact that they feel that this is the most correct path to be followed. As this pushes forward, you see Luther standing a bit terrified at what the actual answer will be, especially knowing the Calder's shoulder just to his right. Putting their foot forward, the man's would be finally willing to throw her vote for vassalizing him. Half-mind Margaret already supporting the idea wildly, but Nat and Barsk following suit slowly. Phobos, out of some curiosities, you can tell the machinations in the back of his mind.
Silence, Aaron.
Tinkers a bit. But he would put his vote forward for it. Iron Fury, kind of begrudging, but also looking towards Wargrip. You're going to make up the difference then. Your troops, I'm sure they'll get benefit from it, but none of a siegecraft we lose for defending it. I'll be expecting your groups to pay for the repair and replacement of it. But I will agree. The vassalize Goodrich. And finally, Night Whirl, who seems still attemptedly disinterested, but also curious at seeing the entire council move to almost a unanimous vote so far, especially from the new council members who are on the scene. Seemingly finally relents. Very well. May it be with caution, but a demonstration of Stilltide's new capabilities and kindness. That Luther is pretty much overjoyed, and you can tell that he lets out a long, relaxed sigh. I thank you, and I promise you, Clear Reach will not disappoint. And if anything were to happen, we'd be sure to send word immediately so that preparations can be made.
I have faith in this agreement, and I have faith that Clearbreach and Stilltide together will forge a wonderful new future. As a line in the sand that says there will be no Ifriti past this point. These are our lands.
Yeah, right. And then never set foot back here again.
If there is nothing left to discuss, then I would say that this council is officially adjourned. Thank you all for coming today.
they would merely stand up, heading towards the door. Wargrip would immediately go to start, talking, maybe some business, but might be needed to Luther.
I wanted to suggest that we go for a drink again and bring Luther this time. Bit of a tradition that we go drinking and get poisoned after every meeting.
Oh, don't worry.
Mike's like, oh.
Yeah. Half-Mind won't be there this time, I think, unless... Kyle looks to his friend who has his
Unless?
eyes, but... The fact
It's
that...
kind, of, it's kind of a tradition now that you're in our social circle to have somebody try to assassinate you.
legally required. But Half-Mind
Good.
will join.
Yeah, he's got to do the poisoning.
Is Luther as young as he looks?
Yes, he is.
He looks genuinely like 20 or something.
Luther himself is only 23 years old.
Oh, he's older than
Young
me.
lad.
Well, slightly older than you, Saren. You tell this man has not weathered combat at all. He has been sent from, like, the comfy confines, but also knows full well the hell that Clear Breach is assaulted with all the time.
Yeah. Just want to put my hand on his shoulder, and it takes a lot of confidence to promise your people to someone else.
Won't deny I definitely took caution when I first arrived and saw that there was still some quick repairs, but the worst of everything that had happened, for what I heard, the tide seems to be standing quite strong. So, I have a great feeling that I am putting a good amount of trust in the right people. Oh, he's afraid.
I hope so.
As Phobos will immediately go to the remaining council. So, my business proposition for tinctures and potions for wartime. I do.
I'm clinging to his legs.
Are you trying to drag him away?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, my good sir. It's something I might interest you trade-wise.
Potion seller, I require your strongest potions.
Well, I do have mighty potions indeed, if you are curious for buying them. Always
I will be going into battle. Let me see your potions.
Oh, of course.
I need a potion of detect item. Oh, what item? Rings.
Wedding rings, specifically.
Yes.
I do have some special curios as well. If you're looking for the most exotic, I do have potions of giant size and other.
I can be normal sized. Or wait, do you mean giant sized?
Oh, I mean the mightiest of sizes. You tower over everyone. Even Siegecraft would have issue with you.
Well, I don't think I could afford that. Or have you got in the mid range?
Well, we do have potions of giant strength, invisibility, heroism if you need a little extra for that. And vulnerability is always a nice touch.
Mm-hmm. How about one of them there potions of heroism?
For the potions of heroism, there was at much more reasonable rate. Let's quickly get the prices.
5,000. gold pieces. Also,
Okay.
do you do samples?
I do. Small short
Ooh.
bursts as well. No experience haste, but I do warn they would still have this small lull for a little bit.
No, I mean like something I can drink right now that will give me a taste of what I'm in for.
Oh, most definitely. He would produce. Well, let's see. Go ahead and roll me a d6, see which one he grabs real quick.
He grabs an unlabeled potion bottle that he forgot to label and forgot what was in it.
This one would be a potion of invisibility. 6. With that, he would pull out a vial that looks almost like it is completely clear, other than like a slight shimmer of what looks like water at first, but then almost seems to become as if it were vapid before manifesting back into a liquid form. Which a potion of
Alright.
heroism is only 200 gold.
Oh man, okay. I'll take 3 of those.
But of course, you would see he opens up a curious-looking bag and would actually quickly grab and produce the 3 for you.
Potion of heroin.
Heroin here. Do you drink the sample?
The sample, the invisibility one?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Go ahead, roll me a D100.
Yes, I love this part.
Oh. Quickly for 9. Alright, go ahead and roll me a D4.
I love this part.
For 4 days, you are able to speed read books and memorize the knowledge with it.
Holy shit.
If you do any training within these days, cooking or other practices, you would actually gain double the effect of training for each of those days.
I would like to read a book that increases my stats by +2, so I get +4 instead.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Alright. Well, I don't feel immediately different, except that I'm my turn invisible.
Yeah, effectively, you're just gone. And everyone with True Team can see Wembley, but for those who
He's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it works.
Yeah.
see,
I
guaranteed to
don't
have an effect.
feel too different. I mean, I'm invisible, alright.
Not to me.
No.
You're always so proud of that.
Perhaps you would be interested in another tincture trial?
Sure.
Go ahead, roll me another d6. This would be the potion of enlarged youth, the growth one.
Oh.
Bottoms up if you wish. As you will have
I
a
drink it. 100! I win!
Wembley gains 1 inch of height.
Grows 2 sides. Oh boy. Yep, that honestly checks out. So, roll me a d4.
I won this time.
For 1 hour, fire damage of any variation and iteration heals you.
Oh my god.
You're just like my iron golem.
I've become an Afridi.
That would have been fucking baller if you were fighting a Afridi right now.
Or maybe when I drink a potion, it'll
Go
happen
for
on the
it.
battlefield.
Running around so fast looking for them. Like, "Wah."
But yeah, Wembley, you would definitely take note, like, any form of, like, heat or discomfort in that fashion, especially for when it gets hot, like, a little bit like the ring resistance where you can still feel it. Now it just feels like really comforting and relaxing, especially when it's hot.
Like a moth, I go over to this candle and I put my hand in it.
It doesn't burn. Anything weathered or calloused actually seems to start healing and mending itself.
Ooh, that's nice.
Oh.
That was a good one.
All my various tinctures have extra effects. They are wonderfully blessed in so many ways.
I can tell.
May I interest any of you with extra effects on those as well? I do sell them a little bit cheaper, understandably, since they have unique properties.
And there have been no ill effects so far, and there never will be.
Never will be.
So you sell these potions that do these strange things. Is it because it makes them cheaper?
I make them cheaper due to the fact that I cannot guarantee which effect they will be, so I leave the fate and choice up to you. If you want a guaranteed effect on what they do concisely, that would be more expensive.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Of course.
That one I just had. Do you have one of those?
I would be able to emulate that. It would be a bit more expensive, but of course.
Oh, give me a number. That would be great against fighting the Afridi.
That potion. Check that potion is real.
Surely that has to be expensive. That's such a good potion. Like that, I feel like that's like a 20,000 gold potion at least.
Yeah, probably.
Well, the potion of growth
Especially
where
in this
you
place.
get to be a medium creature instead of a short.
No, I'm talking about the fire healing part. Like that's clearly at least a 20,000 gold potion on this continent. Like
Yeah,
that,
the extra effect is what I care about. I don't know what. I don't care what the base effect is.
Man, that is a good potion.
Yep.
He would honestly demand just 2,000 for that one because especially with the growth and all that, it's healing, but it's still randomized for 1d4 hours.
I suppose
That's a really good deal.
I will take one.
All right, 2,000 gold. I think portion of growth, but also flame healing. Just make sure to mark that down.
I shall.
Ripley goes into combat. I'm invincible.
And if you're like, hey, just turn off your fire and you can stab him to death.
Wait, no, no, not like that.
Ifriti brothers, we must oppress this halfling. Join hands with me to oppress him.
No,
Oh,
no. But he would look rather assuredly at the rest of the council. So, any others that would be interested in taking extra interest in these curios and tinctures?
I will be fine, thank you.
And for you, madam and madam?
I'm going to be honest, I have a slight distaste for randomized magical effects on my body after going through the sewers of this city twice.
Unfortunate.
While I appreciate the offer, I think I will decline.
Well, you know where to find me. At Bobos' Tinctures and Emporium. Till next time. I look forward to more business meetings.
Of course.
it's quite affordable and so nice.
He will happily tip his hat through too. Don't be a stranger. Make sure to keep a couple extra on the shelf.
Say, how do you have just so many potions on you? Is they're all in a bag of holding?
Extra dimensional space.
Oh, big bag of holding.
Yes, I have them connected with the other me's across the network.
The who?
You have multiple versions of yourself active?
Oh yes, it was a tincture effect that I had discovered and started producing myself.
Like a simulacrum?
Ah, better.
Better.
Another copy of me, almost like a clone that will not try to kill you.
Oh, I didn't know that they would do that normally.
Well, I've heard horror stories of other clones who want to claim the soul and all that, but they are all
Oh.
magically conjured, so.
Is that gonna be a problem?
I mean, I don't know, maybe.
Oh. Alright.
When you're dealing with magic at that high of an echelon, a lot of it is rumors, conjectures, mixed facts. Very few people can do that.
If your younger clone tries to kill you, it is what it is.
I mean, you'll die, you'll go back into your own body, and then it's like, oh, well,
Yeah,
we're
actually,
here now.
That is really confusing because if my awakened evil clone kills me and claims my soul, isn't it just me again? Didn't I
Yes.
just kill myself? And it's like, I mean, sure, it's mildly traumatic experience for me to go through, but like ultimately, I'm ending up at the exact place I wanted to be anyway.
Well, it's like your soulless body wants to be the one with the soul in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the soul is you, so it's like you just end up in the place you wanted to be. You know, your young clone.
Yeah, consider
Yeah,
the...
your only net loss is that you no longer have a clone.
Well, consider the clone to be like a soulless automaton that only cares about having a soul, and then it stops existing when you go in its body.
Yeah, because you take. Yeah, I mean, I will also explain it to you. It's like, okay, so Wembley. Yeah, Wembley. Okay, so if your clone becomes animated, okay, that's a soulless version of you. It comes to you to claim your soul, right? Are you
Okay.
following?
I'm
When you
following.
die, your soul will get pulled into that clone. You will end up in the position you want to be in, anyways.
So if you want to be a missionary, you'll be there. If you want to be a doggy, you'll be there.
So I should let me kill myself.
Theoretically, yes,
Okay.
but that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen. Okay,
If you say so.
I say so. It's fine.
Alright.
So I'll head on out. And Saren is able to take Luther, Wargrip, and Half Might out on the town for some drinking and discussions of, well, Clear Reach as well as future plans.
Who gets poisoned?
1d4!
All right,
I'd like
I would like to.
I'd
Oh,
like
sorry.
to give the bartender 10 platinum,
Oh.
To poison you.
just in case. No, I'm not gonna be like, here's 10 platinum, poison that guy. I'm gonna be like, here's 10 platinum, don't poison me.
Don't do that again. I know Hacks
if
might
someone-
pay you off.
Like, just to be like, if someone pays you off, just know I have more money than them. Like,
That guy's gonna close his bar and go move into another place. 100 platinum.
10 platinum.
10 platinum.
Not 100 platinum. Fucking hell.
Say you gave me 100 platinum as a peasant that just owns a tavern. It's like I'm closing up shop. I'm retiring forever.
I mean, for a taverner, that's like the month's wages.
No, it isn't. Are you kidding
Sure it
me?
is.
Oh, it isn't.
Have you looked at how much money you make like from in services, like having a room, and you have to consider the
Oh,
fact you have to pay
it's like
taxes
a-
on that room.
It's
You-
like
it's
a
like-
silver a day.
Everyone
Well,
who
it's like-
played Dragon Heist knows.
Farm labor gets like 5 silver a day, but the tavern owner is surely a lot more than that.
Farm labor gets like 5 fucking copper a day.
Yeah,
Oh.
farm labor's still making that much money.
What am I thinking of? Construction worker?
Probably Mason, yeah.
Yeah, like the skilled laborers making money similar to that, which makes
That's
sense,
right.
you know.
Surely
You're
being the
amazing.
owner of the tavern, you're making like almost a gold every day, surely.
Just think, Luke, when you make your character, and back in the day you set your background as noble, you ought to start with like 10 gold. Like,
Right,
That's a sizable amount of pocket money.
I suppose.
I'm a noble. Why don't you start with 15 gold? Holy shit.
oh,
And that's still like kind of gets eclipsed by the price of like a great sword.
Uh,
Which makes sense. Great sword's a very big piece of metal that you have to work for a long time.
Yeah. Craftsmanship.
Which is why you buy the mall if you're a normal person.
I mean, like even a longsword is like a status symbol. Like, like retroactively, those things cost like thousands of gold, like thousands of dollars in real day.
This dude, he's got a long sword, not just a shabby short sword. Whoa.
That's why
Yeah.
Swaghanders were a fucking statement.
I mean, 99% of people just had a spear.
Yep.
If they
Stick
were
of a
lucky.
knife on the end.
Most people didn't even get a spear. They had to fucking repurpose their own fucking farm tools.
Yeah, you take your scythe, you'd point the blade outwards.
That's why in England, like bows are fucking way cheaper than swords. I would just get a fucking bendy stick with a rope on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, having like 1,000 dudes with bows is way better than paying for people's swords and spears.
Yeah, would you rather have 100 bows for 100 peasants or one dude in knight armor?
One dude in knight armor will look way cooler.
One dude in knight armor might actually just survive the 100 bow shots unless somebody gets really fucking lucky.
Well, he might survive, but then like 100 guys with bows can just toss in their bows and just chase him down and tackle him to the ground and beat him to the rock.
Yeah, that's the problem. He's just gonna get his shit destroyed either way.
It's like, oh, you running, night boy? Yeah, you run with like 100 pounds of extra metal on you, running you down. I imagine it's very hard for knights to run away on foot.
Well, that's there's a reason. Like during combats like that, most people would only fight for about 10 minutes at a time and then swap out. Because otherwise, like someone in full plate armor will just get swarmed by like 5 fucking farmers and die.
Mm-hmm.
So they go in, they fight for a few minutes, and then they go have a break.
I believe it was the French that were complaining at England because they were using crossbowmen, which could just kill people in plate armor.
Complaining? This was unfair?
Because
Yeah.
it's like you had like you're like your member of nobility, and like his really nice armor get doinked by a peasant with a crossbow.
Yeah,
It's had like a 1 month of training.
They changed the meta, and then France got crossbows and was unstoppable.
There was also a point of where the middle finger came from because the fucking archers from France, I think it was France, one of the two between English and French, but effectively whenever they would get captured, their fucking middle finger would always be chopped off because that's what helps control the bow's drawstring for firing an arrow. So that's why when they ran away or escaped alive, they would always raise the middle finger, saying like, haha, I still have it, fuck you.
Oh, that's fucked up, dude.
That's where the origin of the middle finger came from.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking savage.
I'm gonna come back and shoot you with a bow.
I think that is a good stopping point for them, as
Yeah.
extra events will be coming to fruition, especially now that you know there's a moving mountain heading northward.
Couple
Alright.
of stuff is happening off screen while we're not looking at it.
So, question for you, Josh.
Aye.
We had roughly 1 month and 1 week where the engine could have theoretically been being worked on. Has that been happening, or is it like just at a standstill right now?
It could still be worked on because you could do the framework, you just wouldn't have the gems to concentrate it.
And I assume a little bit of the fortress construction that we wanted next to it.
A lot of the
Nice.
fortress construction has happened.
Okay. Just thought I would throw that out there because
And people are still being cautious, especially since the sighting of the multicolor fucking dragon disco lighting down the.
yeah, I assume we gave them a sending stone to contact us immediately if they see that thing again. 'Cause,
Thankfully, it has not arrived.
I wouldn't trust, all of the random workers and probably I assume it's workers and like a couple mages from actually